DJ. I said the bagels, the triangle. I said,
oh yeah.
I was like, we're about to go live, and Parker was like,
what the fuck is this?
bars.
Step at a time.
We're moving. Oh, you're not muted on your laptop, Marcel. It's so embarrassing.
Professional stream.
It's a professional podcast.
Give us some color.
Me? Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. We're having some mild technical difficulties at the moment, but if you'll just give us a couple of seconds, we'll figure it out.
No, we're not. What are you talking about? I'm right here. It's going great, right? Say whoop. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, cool. It's fine.
I might not. Let me see. But all right. So color commentary. Some of the things that we're going to be talking to. I'm not even.
As I said, yeah. No, you're correct. It's all good.
This is. We're gonna do a rolling open.
Yeah, we're
doing a rolling open now.
We're just moving.
Welcome to the return of Men Are From Mars. Great name, by the way. Who came up with it? Wow.
Me.
It was. We have this every time. We have this discussion every time. All right. You tell the story from your account.
It really doesn't matter, and I can't find it, which is annoying because it means I can't corroborate my claims. But I'm near positive.
Don't use your big college words.
Corroborate?
Yeah, I can't spell it. It sounds like you're trying to say collaborate, but racist.
I can't spell business, so I'm not gonna bussiness.
That's what you do. You're in the bussiness.
I am in the bussiness business, actually. But no, I'm pretty sure that Marcel posted in our group chat and was like, I want to do a podcast. What should I call it? And I was like, Men Are From Mars, blah, 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 blah. Or like, I think I said Earth to Mars was my initial. Is it Earth to Mars?
That's the other one.
Right. I think I said something like Live from Mars or something like that, like something. And then I very, very, very am sure that I said Men Are From Mars would be a good dating thing. But I can't find it in our group chat messages, so I could be on crack.
So you're lying.
I could be a dirty liar, but it is what it is.
Lying.
It's fun stuff.
Were you good?
We're
fine. We're chilling.
I'm trying to fix my posture because I sit like shit. So I'm trying to like my posture.
Yeah, you don't want the TikTok video to have someone saying, "Wow."
Yeah, no, exactly.
No one's gonna say that. Everyone on TikTok is nice. I think everyone on TikTok is nice.
It depends.
Do you?
So
no, we're not talking about.
No,
let's go back to okay.
I was literally gonna say last episode that we did, we were talking about like TikToks and stuff, and I hadn't made I just made my new art TikTok account, and it hadn't blown up. It blew up like the next day. So I was like, I don't know if TikTok's blah 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 blah, and then I was wrong. So
and then you're like, TikTok is the shit.
Yeah, but
follow me on TikTok.
Yeah, no, not that it matters. And bussiness is booming. That's true.
Bussiness is booming.
Okay, we're not here for social media.
You know what we are here for?
What are we here for?
Relationship and dating. Men Are From Mars. This is completely different. Not even the same as my other podcast. Completely different subject. Look, we're drinking.
We are drinking.
We're drinking. I want to thank our sponsor. What's the name of the
Tito's?
Column 5. No, it's not Tito's.
Oh,
Tito's.
the distillery. I'm sorry, fuck.
Column 5 Distilling.
I couldn't have told you that.
Column 5 Distilling for our vodka drink of the day.
Yes. Sponsor the pod and send us vodka.
Now, this is the Men Are From Mars.
Yes.
Right? This is where I try to have on friends of mine to help just talk about, shoot the shit about, kind of dating and relationships and all that. You know? That type of stuff I really like. I really enjoy. You know, I think I like that content.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you?
It's fun.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
This is like the group of tias at a party getting together.
Yeah. I am very pro like no one actually gets hurt shit talking, like with the gals. Like not like mean shit. But just like, you know, just a little bit of like just a little bit, just a little gabbing. I've gotten in trouble with people's girlfriends before for gabbing. But I gab about my own people too, so it's like
it's a little chit chat.
Yeah. It's just a
little chit chat.
It's a little chit chat.
And it's wonderful. I think it's cool to talk about this type of stuff, just because it's nice. But here's the thing: I try to have only, friends of mine that are ladies, because I feel like guys are less conducive to guys telling them dating and relationship advice.
So that is probably true, in that, like, you don't want some dude to be like, here's the reason that you aren't in a relationship, and then you're like, fuck
pussy.
Yeah, fuck this dude. But also I think that, like, a lot of times I see like snippets from like dating shows and things like that, and I feel like the guys that are on it are just making shit up, just saying stupid shit. Like, and I'm like, do you interact with women? Is that like something that you do? Like, what is the basis for the claims that you're making?
Right. Like, are these founded in like
in anything? Do you need a charger so that it stays awake? Do you need to go to your settings and hit always on display? This man is in tech. This is a man in tech.
I'm professional.
A woman in STEM would never. A man in tech might. A woman in
STEM would definitely never.
No, she has always on display.
I have a lot of my manager and a lot of the people I work with
are women in STEM.
Are women.
Yeah.
And it's great. I mean, I think it's cool because I'm like a lot of my direct managers, like leads and managers, and I'm like, this is cool. This is nice.
I think, at the risk of just making unfounded opinions, I think oftentimes,
That's the whole podcast.
Yeah. I think oftentimes like female, like management, like immediate management, is almost more conducive to a better workplace environment. Obviously, it depends on the person entirely, because I've had really great guy managers, but I think that a lot of times female managers like to maintain relationships more than male managers do, which is more conducive to a positive work environment.
Yeah. Okay.
Because if my manager
completely unfounded, I like it.
Yeah. There's no backing to that except my own meandering experience, but it is what it is.
So back to why I like to have ladies on. I think it's just more digestible. I think because they can't be like, oh, well, you're 6 foot tall and a dude and attractive or whatever.
Oh, I see.
That's like that.
So you're saying your audience can't be like, well, of course you can get girls, blah, 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 blah. Sure. I will say, I've said this before on the last podcast episode, but it is definitely easier. I am gay. For anybody asking.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride Month.
About Happy Pride.
Yes. I'm pansexual.
Oh.
Which, to break it down, just what it means.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, just what it means to me is kind of like so to me, pansexual just means that I'm attracted to someone regardless of their gender identity. So you could be a cis. I'm just going to throw words around and I'll define them all while I'm doing it. So cis just means that you agree with the gender that was assigned to you at birth. So I was born and assigned the identity of a woman, and I agree with that. So I am a cis woman. You are a cis man. Your birth certificate said male and you identify with that. So you're a cis man. That's what cis means. Okay. So I am attracted to,
don't worry, my audience is really progressive. Don't
so if I call myself a pansexual person, it's because I'm attracted to cis people, I'm attracted to trans people, I'm attracted to non-binary people. But to me, pan specifically means I'm attracted to someone regardless of their gender identity. So like if you're a straight man, then the woman box needs to be checked for you to be attracted to that woman. The gender box does not fucking matter to me in my attraction scale.
I thought you were pansexual because you were in a relationship with a chef.
So that's a funny joke, and actually better than other ones I've heard, and I like that one. So that one can stay. Good job. No, I've had people ask me, they're like, "Oh, you're attracted to pans?" I'm like, "Of course. That's so just hetero. You're attracted to hetero. That's what the word means. You can only be attracted to the direct word.
That's weird.
Definition. I'm just like, shut up. Silly. It's just people being boomers.
But no, it is pride.
Sexually attracted to cooking equipment. Pride.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
Dating and relationships. Okay, so let's relate it back. Dating and relationships.
Do you have questions prepared, or are we just going to do this the whole time?
Listen, Morgan, this is Men Are From Mars.
He's had one shot, and he's fucking
the first drink
blasted.
Was a triple shot.
He's gone. I don't count your shit. You're a grown man.
I don't count my own shit. Sexually attracted to cooking equipment.
No, there's plenty of IG and TikTok accounts that give alpha male BS with lots and likes and followers, unfortunately. Yeah, and it's like genuinely embarrassing.
It's rough.
If I see a dude who's like, women only like you if you like assert dominance in the
They have sunglasses on their podcast, even though they're like indoors.
And it's like, not that this matters at all, by the way, but I like it because generally guys that have shows like that or programs like that like love to objectify women, and they're like,
Sure.
if she's like you don't want like a fat girl, you want like a blah 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 blah, like it's okay to have, like, they always have like hot takes. And then, do you follow that girl? I don't know her last name, but her name's Drew, and she like duets dudes on TikToks and just smokes them.
Sounds
just
hilarious.
smokes them. They'll come in with like shitty bad takes, and she'll like just roast the fuck out of them, and they're like very mean roasts, but
Ooh.
she's always like, how are you going to tell me that I can't weigh over 150 pounds when you got a fucked up hairline, like, and like you're
Ooh,
5'2",
hairline.
and I'm like, get their ass.
I'm self-conscious now.
No, see, that's what I was going to say. That was like my prefacing was, I don't feel that way, but I feel like if you talk about women that way,
I'm not self-conscious.
I'm genuinely sometimes self-conscious about my hairline, so I get it.
I'm fixing my hair.
I think it's fine. My point is just, if you want to, Drew, I can't say that right.
Drew Afualo.
I think she's...
Afualo. For the people listening in, we also have
chat open.
We're
Yes,
upgrades every podcast.
we try. But yeah, see, Andy knows. She's great.
You know, now shouts out to Andy. Andy he had an annoying thing happen to him a week or so ago.
Are you gonna put Andy's business out here right now on the pod?
No. Well, I mean, it was already kind of national media on Reddit, but it's fine.
Was that the...
We don't have to talk about it.
Okay, yeah.
But I love me some Andy.
Thank you, Andy, for watching the show.
Yeah.
But no,
it's so shitty. I don't know. I don't like... So
give me your... Of course, male.
We're in it. I'm in it now. So that's a perfect example of the type of help, tips, advice, whatever, that I don't condone. I don't like that type of shitting on people and trying to build people up the wrong way.
I agree.
Like, that's not how you teach that type of information. I think you teach that information by having different, like a lady's perspective or just different people's perspective, not just the dudes. And then recognizing that it's not just about this weird societal, like, you gotta be an alpha man who fucks bitches and gets laid. It's like, it's not that. It's a lot of internal stuff and working on yourself, right? And just a lot of different things like that. And so that's why I feel like this is my take and approach on, you know, if people want to get better at this type of stuff, there are ways to do it that isn't tearing people down, shitting on people, manipulating, playing stupid games,
winning stupid prizes.
Yeah.
I agree. My mindset with that kind of thing, and this Drew girl in particular, is like, we had this conversation last time on the podcast, but it's like, I kind of like the notion of like fighting fire with fire, especially when people have been like doing it unparalleled or like unquestioned for a while, because it's like there have always been dudes giving shitty dating advice, but there haven't been girls that have been like, fuck you, you dumb bitch, like back at them. So I like matching the energy. It's like, it doesn't fix the problem, but it makes the problem fun.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said I don't like being toxic or just silly and negative sometimes, just for the sake of it sometimes. I like to hate sometimes.
It's kind of fun, but I was, I guess what I'm saying though is like, it's
nice for them to get put in their damn place.
It's like, you've been talking.
Why are you wearing a hat on a podcast?
Saying show me your hairline. Take it off. That's I think I said this on the last one, but my something I love is the like, take girls swimming on a first date because makeup. It's like, shave your beard. Shave your beard. Shave your beard, my brother in Christ.
Yo.
We can go swimming on the first date. Shave your beard.
No.
Let me see your neck.
No.
Let me see your jawline.
No neck.
And I say that as someone very, very self-conscious about like my double chin and my neckline, but I can't cover it with a beard. Shave your beard.
I will not.
Take your hat off.
I will do that.
Let's see it. Straight dudes have too much audacity.
Oh.
I agree, nothing but audacity. So I like the matching of the energy.
Okay, yeah. Just kind of like,
you can dish it out, but you can't take it. Sit down.
I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, it's just so silly. So I mean, that's why I like having these kinds of thoughts.
I
agree.
agree.
It gives me some perspective.
Yeah.
For example. You know, it's Pride.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Ooh, I'm trying to think. There are different ways to attack this.
Go for it. It's your show.
I forget.
Earlier, I was kind of giving my explanation of like pansexuality and what that means to me. And the reason I clarify the gender identity thing doesn't matter to me is because back in the day, people would talk about like bisexuality and pansexuality. And the way that they would explain it is they would be like, well, if you're bisexual, you like two genders. And if you're pansexual, it means you like trans people too. And that's not correct in that bisexual people like trans people as well. Like before pansexual was a hot term, here's some pride history for you. There's this document called the Bisexual Manifesto, and it literally says like a bunch of shit, and in it says that like it's not two genders. It doesn't stick to like the gender binary. Bisexual
came out in like what, the 80s, 70s,
something
80s?
like, I think 70s, but something like that. I don't know the exact year, but it basically is saying that like bisexual doesn't just mean men and women. It means all genders. Okay. And then pansexual to me means regardless of gender. So like if you're bisexual, you might be like, I love anybody no matter what the gender is. You could be trans, you could be whatever. And then to me, pansexual is like, I might be attracted to someone and the gender isn't even a factor in why I'm attracted to that person.
So from that definition, I mean, it sounds like a flavor of bisexuality. It's like a bisexuality with like different borders.
Yeah, but I think that that's like all sexualities. Like lesbian is just heterosexual but with a woman, like bisexual. By that, you know what I mean? Like if you're homosexual, it's the same thing as heterosexual if it's just different borders, because instead of a man and a woman, it's two men. It's like I think to me personally, hey, how we doing? Welcome to the show. But to me personally, it's like I think that what am I trying to say?
I mean, it's just...
I think that this is a big thing. So the Gen Z kids, they really fucking like labels on like sexuality and gender orientation and relationship, whatever. Because I see all these kids, and I'm gonna sound like a boomer, so just let it happen for a second. But I see all these kids and they're like, I'm pan-romantic, demisexual, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But I feel like when you get into hyper-specific labels, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice, because like, okay, so demisexual, I'm pretty sure, if I'm recalling, or demi-romantic, it means that you can't have a romantic attraction, or I think it's demisexual. You can't have a sexual attraction unless you're deeply romantically interested in someone. Like you don't just like see somebody and be like, oh, I could have sex with that person. It's like a deep emotional whatever. But I'm like, sure. So are most people. Like you might, just because you see someone and think that they're physically attractive doesn't mean you're like, I would get on my knees and suck this person. And you're just like that. I mean, maybe sometimes, but it's like not for everybody.
Let me suck that clit.
I don't know. And I just feel like putting hyper specific labels on yourself, especially at a young age, like just does yourself a disservice, because then you can't like experiment. So I think that when I was a kid, I picked pansexual because it was the one that like at the time sounded the most like open. Sure. And when I was like on Tumblr back in the day, people did talk about bisexual. Like it was like, I like men and women. And so I was like, oh, well, I like other things. So yeah, but that's not what it means. But I just picked that word when I was like 13, and I'm like, I guess. To me, it doesn't really matter, because who am I going to fucking explain this to? Like if we're trying to have sex, am I going to write you an essay about like the nature of my attraction and my whatever? Or are we just going to make out and have sex? Like,
well, maybe I don't like making out.
Maybe, and that's a conversation.
But can I label it?
Well, no, but that's like a consensual line.
I'm a make.
Yeah. Okay. Don't spare yourself what you're about to do and just don't do it. All right. Spare yourself that joke. Howdy, howdy.
Good time.
So fun. It's fun to have people hanging. Wanting so many labels sounds like a pick-me symptom, but that could just be my boomer brain too. See, I kind of think that what it comes down to, because I did think about it that way, but like I used to be a 13-year-old girl on Tumblr, and I think it comes down to like wanting to fit in and wanting to know who you are when you have no idea who you are. So like if you're a 13-year-old kid and you might be gay and you're like, oh my God, I might be gay. That's way more like nerve-wracking and hard to unpack than being like, here are the rules. I am only attracted to people that I'm romantically interested in, and I'm only attracted to women, and I'm only whatever. And then as you get older, you're like, oh, there's a lot of nuance to like existing.
Yeah. I mean, you might meet one person how you feel one way, and then another person you feel completely different.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like, that's my thing, is I feel like putting these lines in the sand can help when you're like really confused and there's too many options. Because if you're a gay kid on the internet and there's all these flavors and brands of whatever gay you can be, it's confusing. So it can be easier to pick specific ones than to just be like, who fucking cares? But then as you get older, it's like you meet new people and you experience attractions that you might not have felt when you were 13. And also you have like real problems.
Yeah.
That you didn't have when you were a kid.
Have time to kind of ponder about some stuff if you're like, I have a job.
Exactly. And you might meet a person that you think is amazing and they don't fit into your perfect checkbox. And so then you're like, well, what am I? So I think it just part of growing up, I think relationships, sexuality, everything. I think part of growing up in general is just accepting that you just aren't going to know everything and you kind of just have to roll with the punches a little bit. And that's life.
Figure it out.
Yep.
Kind of just go with it.
Try things.
You're kind of like have a balanced approach. It's like, okay, if this kind of helps you kind of figure out or relate with people who are feeling the same things, that's great, but that's not all of you. That might be how you feel at this moment. But that's not all of you.
Exactly. And it's like you change who you are, not fundamentally. You can change fundamental values, but it's like every 4 years.
Yeah, I go to therapy now.
But for real, though, it's like imagine talking like who you were when you were a senior in high school versus who you were when you were a freshman. Like freshman to senior year and then senior year to getting your bachelor's degree. It's like those are not the same people. And those are 4 years apart.
Yeah.
And like most people live to be like 60 to 70. There's a lot of iterations of you that can change. And obviously the core whatever might be the same, but it's just a disservice to paint yourself into a corner, in my opinion.
So how do you better figure yourself out in the partners that you would like to be with?
A lot of it is like introspection. There's a fun big word. Is like looking at yourself internally, because it's really easy to be in a relationship and have that person do something that you don't like and be like, well, I don't like that they did that. But it's like, but you need to unpack why you don't like that they did that. Because there could be people that they'd be with who don't care at all. But if you don't like that they did that, that's a you thing. Obviously, they could be doing something annoying. Like if I'm kind of a messy person. No. So like, so my girlfriend doesn't like when I like, well, today, like I did my makeup and I just left all my shit all over the counter. Because to me, it doesn't matter. But she doesn't like it. And so it's like, what, like, there could be someone that I could be with who doesn't care and just lets me do it. But if she cares, then she kind of needs to figure out why she cares. And if it's just like, well, I like to be clean, that's a simple answer. So then she can be like, I would just like it if you were clean, because I can make that change. You know what I mean? But if it was like, well, I don't like it because I feel like I had no control over blah, blah, blah when I was growing up, so I need to learn to loosen up, whatever. That's not the case with her, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. Not to like...
I love her.
Kayla. We can say names.
You don't talk bad about clean your damn makeup. How about that?
I did. I went and cleaned up the makeup.
I bet you fucking did.
I was mad about it, but I did go do it. Not mad about it, but she like...
Sure.
I was like, me. But I did go do it because it's like at the end of the day, it's like, it's not hard.
It's difficult. This is something recently I was talking with some friends about. That relationship is difficult because there's a certain level of, like, let's say there was an action that was done that made someone feel bad. There's a certain level of like, okay, I can promise not to do this action again. But then there's also that, what you're describing, that level of, okay, that person recognizing, is this action something, like, why am I so upset about this or whatever? Right. Because it can be difficult if it always feels like one person's doing everything wrong. And then the other person, it's
like absolved of...
It's kind of, right. And so, like, I can change these things, but also a lot of it's coming from something from the other person that maybe they recognize or don't. Right. Let's say, like, insecurity or jealousy or whatever, anything, right?
That's definitely rough. No, for sure. I saw a text that I thought was pretty good that was like, this person, and it's not a romantic partner, it was just a friend, but they were like, if my friend upsets me, I don't text them and say like, oh, that was rude. I say like, that hurt my feelings, because I might have internalized it as rude, but if they didn't mean it that way, and I kind of come at them like you were being rude, it's like you're immediately setting them up to be defensive. Whereas if you're like, hey, this kind of hurt my feelings, then you can have like an open and honest conversation about like, okay, well, why did it hurt your feelings? Like, is there a reason? Like, is it how I said it? Is it what I said? As opposed to just, that was rude, which doesn't really help in a constructive way. I think in any relationship, romantic, platonic, otherwise, like speaking to each other and like communications and having active conversation is like the way to fix everything. It's difficult for men, I would say, more often than...
It could be, I could talk about it, but keep going.
No, it's like, that's a generalization, obviously, to be like, it's harder for men, but I do think that... And
nah, fuck men. I hate men.
No. I mean, men
are stupid.
I work in an industry where I kind of see really gross men all the time. So
you see probably the top percentile of not the best.
I be on the fuck men train often, and it is definitely a generalization.
Right.
Like, I do not.
You of all people could almost justify.
See, I don't feel that. That's what I was. I'm not trying to make justifications for my behavior, but like, if you work for like a sex work person, or you are a sex work person, and you see the way that men interact with these women, it is crazy, and you're like, damn, maybe y'all don't deserve rights. like maybe some of you
Y'all are bugging.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think that there's definitely lines and blah blah blah, but it is also, oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, but no, on the topic of how you're saying like communication and everything, right? One thing I've noticed now is that it was definitely difficult for me to communicate certain things in like past relationships, just because for me personally it was just hard to get to that level of kind of intimacy, apparently, because I just didn't know how to. Apparently, we can ask them. We'll get them on the line right now.
No, that would be such a bummer.
It would be great.
It'd be kind of fun. Should call him.
I will. And fucking so difficult for me to kind of get to that level of intimacy, just because I guess I had never done it before. I wasn't aware of those emotions, different commitment things. But thanks to like therapy and stuff, this is a plug for therapy, betterhelp.com.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor yet. No. But it's something that I've realized now to be more introspective of those types of things, or at least more aware of why I may feel that.
Right.
Recognizing that I'm feeling that and then course correct.
It's really easy to be defensive or to like brush shit off, like criticism off. Like, it's really easy if someone's like, hey, I feel like you don't listen to me or take my blah 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 seriously. Like, it's really easy to be like, whatever, like, I don't know what you're talking about, blah blah blah.
Sure.
But a relationship is like a commitment. So of any kind, friendships are a commitment. Like, a romantic relationship is a commitment. So if you're agreeing to maintain this level of commitment to another person, you should, if you're an adult, agree to listen to their feelings and put in an equal amount of effort to making sure that you both are like comfortable and seen and heard and all that kind of thing. Just because it's like, even not in a romantic situation, if I came to you and was like, hey, that hurt my feelings, and you were like, meh, I'd be like, okay, fuck off.
Hey,
like,
that sounds exactly like
that sounds exactly like situations
that noise you made.
I've been friends with you.
You'd be alright.
How many people in the chat have heard that noise? Yeah.
Hey, you shut your fucking. Saying who's about to pull me aside after the podcast.
About to have an HR meeting.
Keseki. Pablo Keseki.
You have to tell me what it means.
I'll be learning. Pablo means like silly fool. And Keseki.
Marcel's like silly. Song was like stupid.
Okay. I was being. But
it happens.
I'll be learning Korean.
Love.
Shit.
I love that, like, the last podcast you had like notes and like a prepped whatever.
Oh yeah.
And this one you're like,
oh, we free dicking it.
What do you want to talk about?
Oh, we free dick because that's where the booze. This is my notes right here.
Okay.
The column 5 distillery vodka. That's my
several
notes.
years of that noise. Absolutely.
Hey,
yeah, literally.
So
yeah, let's talk.
Go
crazy.
On the topic of so you've been in a relationship for a long time. A very long time. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Because I feel, I'm relating it to me, but like, I'm the type of person, the last relationships I had have gone to like under 2 years. Yours
That's the longest relationship you've had? Is that what you said?
Like a year and a half ish.
Okay.
Yours has gone, what, a decade?
No, yeah, and it'll be 11 in August.
So something like that, as you can imagine, is difficult for me to grasp.
Sure.
So I would love to hear your perspective of how either you've made it work, what you do, what it feels like. What does it feel like to love someone? Yeah, that's right.
Just nasty noises into the microphone. So I've said this all to him before, which is why I'm not like tripping about like hurting his feelings or anything. So nobody trip, because this is a conversation we've had.
Hate men.
Yeah. I wish that I had met him later, because when we first started pursuing each other, I was very young. So I'm 24 now. So if I've been with someone for almost 11 years, do the math.
You do the math.
Yeah.
I'm not a cop.
No, yeah. Well, it's too late now, I'm sure. I think the statute of limitations is over. But so I was 13. And he was 16, so it's not like 40. It was. No, exactly. I was like, I need to clarify.
People who don't know, there are people listening who have no idea. And like, yeah, he was like 30.
No, I know. That's why I was like, he was 16, so it wasn't like that. But whatever. I just want to be clear. My point more so is when you are 13, you think that you are hot shit and that you know yourself, and you have no fucking idea. You have no fucking idea.
All you have is Tumblr.
And then if you're like, you remember, but like you're like being a 16-year-old boy, you also have no fucking idea. And so it's like, I've said this to him before, right? But I wish genuinely the first 5 years of our relationship you could throw away. Like I wouldn't. I'm happy that it worked out. But like I said to my sister's turning 16, and I've said to her, as long as I've been able to like have cognizant conversations with her, I'm like, if somebody who's like 3-4 years older than you is like interested in you in high school, just don't. Because like the likelihood of it being like a good wholesome relationship that ends up working out is very slim. So don't.
Right.
But for me,
like you can recognize just because it worked out for you doesn't mean that it was necessarily.
I would say more often than not, it is not a sincere relationship. Sure. It's an older guy being like, oh, she's cute, I'm gonna mess around and then I'm gonna dip, and then you're gonna get your feelings hurt and it's gonna be a bummer. And especially with physical things, because I grew up religious, it's like my perspective on physical things was very like intimate and romantic and whatever. So I feel like if I had been intimate with somebody and then they had immediately like just left, like if I had lost my virginity to someone and then they had just left, virginity is a social construct, but I grew up Mormon, so my perceptions on things were very different. Sure. If someone had sex with me and then just left, I don't know what it would have done. Like it would have really hurt me, I think. And like my perception of myself,
take a
and
sip of coffee, end it all.
Yeah, exactly. Ruin everything for myself. But I don't know. I think that by the time that I was in like college, we both were taking the relationship seriously and we both had kind of grown and were treating each other better. Whereas like high school, we were both just kids pretending to have an adult relationship, while not even an adult, like kids pretending to have like an understanding of a mature relationship, while also being a child. And then like my parents were separating at the time and his parents had just gone through like a divorce, and so like we're navigating these very intense emotional situations with another person emotionally relying on you. It's just not ideal. So for me, it's like we've been together a long time and people hear the number and they're like, that's so awesome. And I'm like, if I could delete 5 years of it, if I could have met him when I was 18, 19, 20,
right,
I would have gotten to enjoy a lot of the same emotional, gratifying things and spare myself a lot of just like kids being shitty to each other.
Sure.
So
right. I can kind of, because I mean, I don't want to like, it sounds to me like what you're saying is that you almost kind of don't even recognize that as like what you would consider a relationship now. You're just kind of like, they were kind of like you said, like kind of like role playing, like what a relationship
I mean, if I
like.
treated a partner now the way I treated a partner when I was like 14, or the way I was treated when I was like 14, not to put anyone on blast, because I was equally shitty because I was a child with.
Because you're fucking 14.
Because you're a child, but I do think that like your home situation super affects it. So like my parents were separating. My dad was not home. My older brother was an asshole, and like I had no support. And my mom was like really emotional. So like having someone I could like lean on was super valuable to me. And then in the same respect, it's like he was going through a lot at home where a lot of people were leaning on him at home. So he wasn't able to like process his own emotions because he was having to take care of everybody else. It's just tricky.
Not a good, I don't want to use the word toxic, but it's like a difficult situation for both of y'all.
Yeah.
To kind of be.
We just weren't what we needed for each other when we were younger. Sure. Like,
but now,
I think it's dope now. Now it's pretty tight.
So what's it like kind of now that y'all are, older and have been in this relationship? I mean, because it's still a long ass fucking time.
Yeah.
Even if you get to like,
even if you cut 5 years out, it's still 6 years.
Yeah, right. So how's that been like?
It's been nice because obviously I love this person, but it's also been nice because I've gotten to see him grow and he's gotten to see me grow, and we're able to like back each other up in ways that like when you're in high school, it's like all you do is high school. Like that's what that's what life is. Now it's like we have like jobs and careers, and we're like talking about like, okay, what kids do you want? How do you want to raise your kids? Like things.
So a white kid, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe y'all could shop around.
I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I want kids, but I'm also like passively terrified at the notion of kids, both physically in the birth element, because holy fuck, birth. Bartender.
Make it a triple.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's what he needs. Today. That's true. I do. I don't have to go. I just have to do stuff at home.
I got you.
I'll be fine. I would rather this go long than go home and work. I don't know. I feel like it's nice because you get to
that's the aspects that you really admire and appreciate of the relationship you have.
Yeah, and I think
cultivating that with someone.
I agree with that entirely. Cultivating that with someone, and also getting to see that person like flourish as a person is really gratifying and rewarding. Like watching someone go from like a young, stupid teenager to like someone who's very intelligent and very driven is very cool.
Yeah.
It's like watching a Pokemon evolution. It's like I stuck around through the first two, so now I get to see the badass last one.
And I mean, fingers crossed, this isn't even...
I know.
You're still on the first one, probably.
Probably.
You're probably at the end of the first one.
Yeah, I'm about to hit Quilava.
Yeah. Hey, good Pokemon choice. I know he won't like it, but
no, you're actually wrong.
No, I'm not.
See, I thought that Totodile was his favorite too, and then he said that it was actually fucking Typhlosion.
He gave us that fucking stupid curveball.
So stupid. You don't know yourself. You've said it was fucking Totodile for forever. Exactly.
I hate men.
Are you dating him too? What's the animosity here?
I've been dating.
Yeah, absolutely. That's true. You want to talk about that? Let's talk about that in relationships. You did not like me when I first started coming around.
Yeah.
Because you thought I was stealing your boyfriend.
You were.
I was not.
You were stealing the fuck out of my man.
He said, wow. Fake fan.
Fake fan. Nah, I mean, of course it's difficult. This is great. On the topic of... You know what? Someone else is in the chat, and his girlfriend also stole him from us for the weekend.
Kelby?
It may or may not be Kelby.
Kelby's girlfriend is so pretty. I haven't met her. Look at Typhlosion. I told you. He says it's Typhlosion. He's like, I like Totodile, but I think Typhlosion... I agree. I think Typhlosion is the best starter. I'll go on record. I'll say it.
100%.
But yeah.
100%.
Thank
I had
God.
a team. I'd cloned them. I had 5 of them and a Houndoom. All named Junior. I don't know why. That was like my go-to name.
Junior. Parker's doing a game right now, and he's naming them all after office supplies. Because what was the first one? He'll say it, but there was one, and he was like, "What should I name my starter?" And I was like, "Paperclip." And he was like, "Paperclip," and I was like, "Paperclip." And so then he started naming all of it. So he has like a stapler and like Post-it note.
I love it.
It's a fun run.
That's very funny.
But
fucking, it's
Kelby's girlfriend. I would like to go on record. I don't think Kelby's even still in the chat.
He probably is.
But
he ain't got nothing better to do.
I have not met Kelby's girlfriend, but she is so pretty, and I see her on the social medias, and I'm cool. Like,
she's really funny. She's really funny. She had me like dying laughing. She's good. They're very much power couple material because they're both very
high energy, vibe driven.
It's like
they go out to the club.
It's great. It's hilarious.
I think that's something that I want to return to the stealing relationships things, but something that you have, I feel like, done really well at in your most recent evolution is like when the homies get a girl, you're like, I'm gonna talk to this girl so hard, not in like a weird way, but you're like, I need this girl to feel comfortable and like included and like whatever. Like I think I've noticed that a lot, and I think that's a very good.
Yeah, because I mean, you can imagine. I mean, yeah, that's interesting. I never thought of it that way. That's very introspective. I think it's good job. You did good.
You did great, champ.
I don't know. I think I myself try to make the people that come into like the groups feel included. Mm-hmm. I like that. I get off on that shit.
No, for sure.
I get off on that.
I think it's because you have a host mentality.
Yeah.
I think that network. Yeah. I think so.
I like that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was an extrovert until like a few months ago.
You didn't?
I didn't.
That's silly.
Yeah, right.
You didn't know?
I watched a TikTok. I'm like, this sounds
maybe
like
I am extroverted. It's like you like to talk to people, you like to be social, you like to be the center of attention, and you're like, I think I'm an introvert. I like to play video games. I think I'm an introvert.
Well, it's so crazy because in like middle school, high school, I just like all I did was play video games. Like I didn't even like I had friends and I would kind of go do stuff with the friends, but like I didn't go to the movies.
Right.
Like I didn't watch any fucking movie. I didn't do any of that stuff. I just like played video games and stuff. And so I always thought I had that introvert
gene.
Idness.
I think it's just because society is like, oh, you're a gamer, you stay inside and you game all day, you're introverted, and it's like, that's not true at all. It's not true at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, now I'm like, I'm always in Discord because I'm always in the voice chat waiting for someone to come in.
Yeah, I'm trying to be social with my friends.
Right, and so now I recognize it because, you know, it's part fucking work. They have you do like personality quizzes and stuff now, and so like the last job.
Which one did you take? Was it Myers-Briggs?
It was,
or the ENFP, blah, 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 blah.
No, it was like one of them where it was like DISC. It was DISC. Okay. And so I had full of the influential, the influential, the like, okay, sure. I like being with people and connecting people and blah, blah, blah. And then I think back, like one of my favorite birthday parties was the pool party I had.
Yeah, it was so fun.
I had like coworkers and friends and all these different people coming together, and I was just like, ooh, this person, I know you like this person likes this, mixing them together.
That's why you like to take credit for me and Alyssa's friendship. It's true. He does he earned the credit for that one. Ooh, but
I get the credit for everything.
With me and Alyssa in particular, he was like, you guys need to be friends.
I've been saying, yeah, and I remember in the last podcast, but I fucking said that for I said that for a good
There wasn't a reason. It wasn't like I was like, fuck Alyssa. I was just like, I'm busy, she's busy. Like there wasn't a setting for us to meet, and then we met and we were like,
would be fucking.
We were like, oh yeah, this is correct.
I do like that. So
yeah, you're a matchmaker.
That's why I'm saying when you bring that up is interesting, because I feel like I try to do that when I meet or like have people around. But I guess on the topic of like friends, like girlfriends and stuff, I mean, I think it's just nice for everyone to just feel like they're in. Like I guess that's an interesting thing to notice, is like I do try to make people feel like they're in.
I agree.
Like like they're not being other. Like at the wedding, right? We're like trying to bring in people if we saw they were sitting alone. Like, hey, come out, hang out, right? Mm-hmm.
I agree. I think it's important. I'm going to go to the bathroom really fast. I have to pee.
Man, I blame Vyvanse.
No, that's not true.
Whatever. Put it on me. Put it on the meat cam. Put it on the meat cam. Put it on the meat cam. We're doing a special segment now. It's me and the chat. Me versus the chat. Sangwoo, say something. I want you to try out the mic, the mute button.
Hello?
You have to hold it?
I'm holding it, but I don't think I can hear. I don't think I can hear myself right now.
Yeah, it's showing because look, the thing.
Oh, I am on?
Okay, but don't put your mouth. Don't fucking. Yeah. All right. Welcome to the special intermission. Has everyone been enjoying everything so far? If you've been enjoying the podcast so far, make sure you drop a little like, a little follow. Keep interacting in the chat. Have me open another tab, all right? Just forget that I'm even here. And then whenever you hear me say, lick the clit, you'll be like, what the fuck? And then you tune back in. It'll be great. It'll be wonderful. Men are from Marz. This is the first one. We haven't done... The last one I did one of these things, I was bald.
You were.
Bald.
That's
and
crazy.
That's
crazy. That was a while ago, huh?
That gives you an idea. It's because it's hard to find... Like, I need to find more ladies. If you're watching... I want to talk. I want you in that chair. We can get whatever drink of your choice, and we'll just shoot the shit. I want to hear about your crazy stories, your dating mishaps, the good thing you like about dating, the bad things, your experiences, all that to help people like me and the people listening better understand. I'm also thinking of getting like couples on, just to like have them talk about their relationships or what's it like for them. I think that would be an interesting thing. I say we do like a round 2 of this later, because we talking to Morgan every other month, but we do one of these with her people. I think that would be cool.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, right. I think that could be a good one.
Talk to both of them.
Appreciate everyone tuning in. It is a beautiful Sunday. We haven't done one of these in a little bit, but it's wonderful. Alyssa could be a good guess. Where's Alyssa at?
Yeah, where's she at?
Trying to get that perspective, trying to get the lady's perspective, right? Because I think that's super valuable than like a dude's perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's probably equally valuable, but I think guys, they probably just don't even get that lady's perspective. Like if a guy doesn't have a lot of girlfriends, let's talk about that, Morgan.
Let's talk about what?
If a guy doesn't have a lot of girlfriends,
yes.
What?
Female, like women friends.
Yeah. Okay. Like what do you think they could be missing out on?
Oh my God.
Welcome back.
Hi, thank you. Also, really quickly, red flag as fuck. There's no toilet paper in that bathroom, and I
blame him.
Listen, you're not up here. That's
Me?
fine. I had to hunt through a fucking closet to find a roll of paper towels. There were 2 paper towels left on that roll, and I had to use a paper towel to wipe a second ago. Red flag as fuck. If you had a young lady over and there was no toilet paper in the goddamn bathroom,
I was getting defensive.
I would literally. I mean, you should. There's no toilet paper in your bathroom, and I'm a young lady. But
him.
if you had a young lady over,
no, I blame myself.
And yeah, you know, I mean, it's whatever. It is.
We'll talk about that.
It is your house, but that's neither here nor there.
We'll talk about that. I have pads in my bathroom. Fuck with me, Megan. You think I need pads?
I don't know you.
You don't know me.
But that's, you know, that's true. That's good. That's
fuck with me. I got hair clips or hair ties. Yeah, that too.
Word. Ran through.
Come at me, see.
Ran the fuck through. He's been ran through. He got pads. He ain't even got a bitch, and he got pads under the sink and hair ties. Ran the fuck through. Shit.
That's my favorite joke of yours is like, he's been ran through white women.
White women specifically. You ran through white women. He knows fucking Foreigner. He knows REO Speedwagon. Ran through white women. Emo Nights ran through white women specifically.
So silly. So fucking silly. White women are a plague on my Hispanic man.
I don't care.
I'm looking at Kelby. No, I'm looking at everyone. No, it's funny.
It happens.
Interracial. Who could get mad at interracial relationships?
Have you seen the people on Twitter? Because there's all this discourse because there should be discourse, but with the Roe v. Wade overturning, that one fucking justice who's a bitch. All of them are bitches, but Clarence, whoever the fuck, was like, we should really seriously consider looking at the blah, 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 the court cases that allow contraceptive, so birth control, the court cases that allow same-sex marriage, and the court cases that allow same-sex relationships. And everyone is like, so he's black, and it's relevant because he's married to a white woman, and everyone's like, if we're undoing same-sex relationships, let's just undo interracial relationships. Or do you not care because you have a white wife? And it's
that's pretty. Oh.
He doesn't care because it affects him. He's not going to undo interracial relationships, even though he's a hyper-conservative, because he's married to a white woman.
Crazy.
I just break everything right now.
That's fine. That is insane. That's a whole.
The world is terrible.
We'll talk about that
for when he gets a heavy flow.
I would be remiss not to talk about it. You know, Roe v. Wade. Yeah, I would be. It'd be bad not to talk about it, but we'll see. We'll come back. We'll shelf it.
Okay.
And then if we don't talk about it, I won't feel bad, but it will shelf it.
That's true. This is returning to your initial men not having many women friends.
Oh yeah, we had like 5 different conversations. I thought you took Vyvanse.
I did. This is you.
I need Vyvanse.
What are you talking about? All I said was that I don't fucking.
Therapist was trying to fucking.
He said I'm getting off topic. We're talking about his therapist now.
My therapist was trying to diagnose me with like anxiety disorder and stuff.
It's possible.
And I'm like, lady, I think I have ADD. Like I've been saying for like a while, I think I have like ADD.
Don't tell the police, but I'll let you borrow a Vyvanse.
I mean, I won't tell anyone anything. But if it fell into my drink, but and she's like, I don't know, you seem pretty focused in therapy. I'm like, because my phone is up, I'm talking one-to-one.
Yeah, we're having a single conversation
I don't have
in which it is your job to keep me on track. Like, if you had bullet points and we were only sticking to the bullet points and like minor deviations, it would be a very different conversation. But
anyway,
I believe if a guy doesn't have many female friends, they may not pick up on women's social cues, that they may be uncomfortable, etc. Also, they may also have a hard time seeing women as just people. Wow. That second point is 1,000% true, if nothing else, in like weird internet incel culture stuff where it's like, I don't understand why she doesn't want to fuck me, and it's like, maybe she doesn't want to fuck. Like,
right.
Like,
or just putting women on a pedestal in general.
Yeah, exactly. But for me in particular, it's like, I don't know, I have a decently normal sex drive, but like the concept of like, why doesn't she want to fuck me? It's like, maybe she just doesn't want to.
Okay.
Maybe it's not even you.
Right.
Maybe you're overanalyzing. Maybe she just doesn't want to have sex.
Yeah.
There's definitely a bunch of reasons, and it's probably
like the same reason.
It's probably you, but in the case of dude online being like, why won't she fuck me?
This is like not treating them like people. Like, it could be a myriad of reasons.
Yeah.
All that has to do with just whatever she does.
Right. Well, my dad is literally like in traffic. My dad will be like, oh, if someone's driving like shit, you don't know what they're going through. So to be like, what an asshole. Maybe their wife is pregnant and they're trying to get her to the hospital. Like maybe it's an emergency. Maybe they're late for work. Like there's a lot of reasons. Generally, people just drive like shit, but it's good. It's a good mental practice.
It's really good practice.
To try and...
It's the high road.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's...
always easy.
If someone doesn't want to be with you, there's probably reasons that aren't just you. You 100%. Could be a large factor if you're fucking awful, but like...
You don't
maybe
have toilet paper in your fucking bathroom.
Honestly, it was kind of a bummer. I was like, that's funny.
Go fucking
You don't need to. I left the paper towel roll out there for myself, but
I appreciate you looking over at least. Sangwoo's not my
Does Sangwoo live here?
He's not my.
It's not Sangwoo's fault that you don't have the people.
I don't live here.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, listen.
He's just so good at supporting and helping.
You're
that's true, I guess.
So I was just busting your balls a little bit about it.
You're busting the fuck out of my balls.
It's
I'm not
fine.
defensive at all. I don't take anything personally.
That's so fucking funny.
I am not emotional in the slightest.
In the slightest. I never let my emotions get the best of me. I don't know. I think it's beneficial for women to be friends with men and for men to be friends with women because you have differing perspectives.
Yep.
Because chemicals, hormones. Men are different than women biologically. I'm just talking about cis men. I would like to make this generalization that I'm talking about biological men and women. Though I would say like most of the trans people I know are medicated, so they're have the same hormones as women.
Sure.
But testosterone does different things to your mood. Estrogen does different things to your mood. Also, we're wired biologically to think of things differently.
Yeah.
My dad, we've had this conversation before, but my dad loves. My parents have been to hella therapy. They didn't get a divorce in the earlier discussion of my parents separating. So my parents have been to
unspoilers.
No, but so they've been to a lot of therapy. So my dad be making points. And one is that men, so let's say I'm having a problem.
Your dad loves me.
My dad's great.
Your dad loves me. I love your dad.
My parents like myself.
On a pedestal.
Julie is the perfect woman. But so my dad says like, okay, let's say I'm having a problem, right? And you're my friend. So I go to you and I'm like, my boss is not, this is not a statement. This is an example. My boss is such an asshole. Like, oh my God, I hate the way that they just blah, 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 blah. You might be like, okay, so how are you going to fix that? What are you going to do to resolve that? Are you going to talk to your boss about how they're talking to you? Blah, 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 blah. And that might piss me the fuck off because if I go to my girlfriends and I'm like, oh my God, my boss is such an asshole. They're like, yeah, fuck your boss. Because I just want somebody to like listen to my problem. Yep. Men like to put on fix-it hats and women like to hear each other. This is a generalization, but that can lead to me telling you my problem and you trying to fix my problem because you think that's the solution 100%. And me feeling like you aren't listening to me because I just want you to listen to me.
I'm not
and blah,
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 right
blah.
Now, yeah.
No, I know. Exactly. That's why you're making extended eye contact with me and asking for follow-ups and talking about my parents. But yeah.
As soon as you said your parents,
you're like, oh,
listening.
There's no thoughts in here. I'm just thinking about Mark eating cereal in the dark.
Give him a firm handshake.
Yeah, you know how it is.
And a side hug.
You can understand each other better if you have platonic friends of the opposite sex. I agree.
Yeah, so, okay, here's my perspective. Part of the thing that I really liked about having, I still enjoy about having friends of mine that are girls is because it's just different. And it's exactly what you're saying. It's different, right? They offer things that I either never think of or perspective. One of the things I really enjoy and appreciate when I come to my friends is I'll be like, am I in the wrong? Or this can get kind of, so it's like even coming to them about emotional things that maybe I can't either go to a guy friends about. Not that I can or can't. I'm just kind of, right. Talking to them because maybe they'll be able to, like you said, lend an ear on certain things emotionally, or maybe just even give me a perspective like, okay, did I come off the wrong way? Yeah. How was this?
Absolutely. I've done that with you before. Like we've, not to put whole situations on blast, but there have been like things that have happened where I've been like, listen, like if I was in that position and someone was talking shit about you, like I also would react X way. Sure. Like, cause you'd be like, I don't understand why they overreacted. And I'm like, I get it. I also think they overreacted, but knowing myself, I would do the same thing. Sure. Like knowing myself, if someone was talking shit about you, if you were my friend, I would be defensive and try to help you out. So it's just kind of like I think it's beneficial to have
a sounding board.
Yes.
From like a different perspective.
Well, I mean, you don't grow if you're in an echo chamber.
Yeah.
If you're just surrounding yourself with people that always have the same opinion and are always like, yeah, bro, she is crazy. Fuck that bitch.
Fuck
it's
bitches.
Like you probably also did things that even if you weren't the primary, like if a relationship falls apart and you're talking to me versus your homies, it's like your homies might be in your corner and be like, yeah, fuck that bitch. And even if they're like, well, whatever, I might, just because I am a woman who's dated men, be able to be like, well, I could see why that would upset her. Like, I still think you're in the right, but have you thought about it this way or that kind of thing?
Which is super helpful because exactly to your point, it's like if you don't get that outside perspective, that different perspective, it's like you're always going to be thinking the same.
You're just stagnating. It's like there's no merit to being around people that think this. Like obviously you want to be around people that share the same values as you, but if they think all the same things as you, then you aren't going to grow and improve.
Sure.
And I think that's also really important in relationships.
Values.
Just like thinking different things, like having different opinions. Because it's like we have to have the same values in order for a relationship to work. Because if I'm like, gay people are humans, and you're like, then it's like we probably can't be together.
I mean,
right. But if I'm like,
you've met gay people.
Yeah, I have. But if I'm like, I think this opinion on whatever, and you have a differing opinion, then even just like challenging each other's mindsets, not in a hostile way, but just in being able to like learn and hear other opinions and blah blah blah. It's like, okay, here's a very benign one. Let's say you and I are together and it's been a while and we're talking about kids. Like I'm not religious, you're not religious, but I grew up religious, so I might be like, because this is I do feel this way. So I grew up Mormon. I'm not Mormon anymore.
Did you tell Mormon Jesus that?
What?
Did you tell Mormon God that?
It's the same one. Well, it depends. No, I haven't disclosed that information yet. But I might be like, well, I still want to read my kids' Bible stories. Like, I don't want to be like, this is a fact, but it's like, I might read, it's like Curious George.
Still see some value,
and then I think that they're good stories. And then I also think I was kind of going over this with Alyssa the other day, but like if you were in an American public school system, Bible references are really important in higher education, in literature in particular. Like Bible references in like books are really important, and you could get a question wrong on a college test because you don't understand that X thing represents the dove from whatever.
Interesting.
Because when I was doing SAT prep, I was in AP class. I was in AP English my senior year, and I like English though. And there was a lot of like Islamic kids in my class, and like just like, you know, like non-Christian people. Sure. And they had to get a piece of paper that was just a list of like Bible references, and like the nuance is gone from like dove equals this, because then maybe it's not a dove, but maybe it's like symbolic of whatever, and you don't get it, like things like that. So that's just like, and I feel like I benefited, even though I am not like a practicing Christian person. I think I benefited in school academically from understanding those references. Right. So like they're good stories, and I think that they're important in culture.
But this is a conversation you'd have to have with your partner.
Yeah, because if you were like, fuck no, I don't want to read my kids the Bible. Like I disagree with Christianity and I don't want to read my kids the Bible. It's like, that's not like a relationship ending thing. We can have a conversation about it. We can whatever, but we could have very different opinions, because you could be like, well, I just feel like it's indoctrination at a young age and blah blah blah, and yeah, I just think it's important to have conversations with your partner.
And if there's differing values or opinions on stuff, that it's a benefit, right?
I think so.
Kind of
like moral issues, maybe not, but like, how are you doing this? You're insane. He's a menace.
There's a lot of orange juice. Give me like a double.
Say please to him.
Oh no! Could you please get me?
God.
It's not.
Do you pay him? I will. Will you?
No, he hasn't paid me anything. No money.
Fucking fly his ass out.
Does he do that? He pays for your plane tickets to things?
And the hotel.
Damn.
Okay, let's take it a step back. See, come at me crazy for the toilet paper roll. Come at me crazy.
This is your house.
It is. I don't want to subsidize someone else's ass. If I buy toilet paper, I want it for my ass. I don't want to subsidize asshole.
I guess.
Okay, they got OnlyFans for that. I'm trying to
true.
Subsidize
subleasing an asshole.
God.
Anyways.
I'm trying to sublet it anyway.
Landlord mindset.
I can relate. Yeah, I can relate because I've been in relationships where definitely different. In large parts, because I mean that's kind of something that you filter. I mean, not filter out, but that's something that you definitely like consider. I mean, you can move it around.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't even know why I don't.
What do you want to do?
It's not even in the wrong spot. I just like fucking with it. I don't know what's up with me.
Typical.
Typical what?
Typical what?
Typical what?
Typical what?
For what reason? Why is it typical?
Horoscope. Aries.
Okay. When he knows.
I know.
What's my birthday?
April.
That's an Aries. Number.
Don't say it.
I know you're a Leo.
Yes.
You're July.
Yes.
I don't know the number. My brain says 17th, but I don't think that's right. That's not right. See,
it's in the teens.
So it's not 17.
It's in the teens.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess 2 numbers. Don't tell me which one's the right one.
Okay.
Because they're both probably wrong.
Okay.
It's either 12 or 14.
It's 12.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, good job.
Don't ask me your birthday.
Do you like? Let's skip around. Let's talk about zodiac signs.
No.
Yeah, that's a dating thing. What's your name, girl? What's your sign? What's your name, girl? What's your sign?
I made this joke in that. Did you ever watch that video I made a long time ago about talking shit about?
Yeah, it was a stupid video.
You're gonna love this short thing that I'm about to post within the week.
No.
Yeah, I had.
It wasn't that stupid of a video. 27th. That's not a teen.
It is a 27.
That's not a teen.
I didn't say it was a teen for me. I said a teen for you.
I thought you were talking about you. Oh my god, that's so whack. I literally
you said
was
17. I was like, what the fuck are you saying 17?
That makes sense. I was off by 1 number.
Anyway.
This dude.
If a guy knows horoscopes.
Ran the fuck through. Ran the fuck through.
He's a whore.
If he knows his fucking, if he knows his rising sign. That man was in a committed relationship.
Elder whore.
I actually don't think so. I think that no, hang on.
I respectfully disagree.
No. See, hang on. I think you'll agree with me. Hang on. If you know your zodiac sign, maybe could be a whore. If you know your rising sign and your moon and your rising, if you know sun, moon, and rising, I think that means that you were in a committed relationship with a young lady, because I think that means that young lady was indoctrinating you into the star signs beliefs. Because I think that if you're having like
Sang-woo fixed it.
Yeah, he did. Jesus. I think you're having like a one-night stand with a young lady. She's not going to be like, pull up your CoStar app. Let me see what your rising sign is.
I see what you're saying, but it's still about horoscopes, so I hate it.
It's just fun.
But yeah, it's just fun. Suddenly I do something and it's because I'm a Leo.
Yeah, well, you know. Would you rather it be because you're? Would you rather it be because you're a man? I don't remember the video. I was just roasting you.
Yeah.
Like I'd have to watch it again.
Did you? Let's stick on horoscopes.
Okay.
Because I love the jump. Ran through. But let's make a case for the people who know this stuff.
Okay.
There, I guess, isn't something wrong about knowing this thing, knowing that a lot of girls or people enjoy it. Mm-hmm. So like if you happen to know yours, it could be a conversation topic that you just kind of have ready.
Yeah, and I think that's like like in Japan, they really fuck with blood types. Like blood types have personalities. Fun fact.
What the fuck?
It's like horoscopes, but it's like, oh, you're O negative, that means you're so blah blah blah.
You heard this shit, Sang-woo?
Of course he's heard this shit.
Yeah, all the time. In Korea. I'm Korean, bro. I hear it all the time.
All right.
Yeah, no, of course he heard this shit. Like blood types are like horoscopes over there. Like if it wasn't zodiac signs, it would be something else. So I'm like, who cares?
I like hating.
You like hating?
Yeah.
I thought you said I like Haiti, like the country, and I was like, this is a different topic, but we can have it.
I'm sure Haiti's cool.
Am I right?
No,
if the astral shoes fit.
Don't ask my grandma about Haitians. That's just left.
Dominicans
Don't
be
worry
like
about it. It's so silly.
Dominicans be like, a different island? What do you mean?
It's the same one.
The same island? Haiti and the DR? I didn't know that.
DR is like 2/3. Haiti's 1/3.
Really?
It's like a little. And it was ran through the French. Ran through.
It's the story of every
a monotype crop. They basically stripped the land of its resources, making sugarcane, and that's why it's all rocking and barren and difficult for the country to make resources.
Yeah, that's the story.
Tragic.
Any Caribbean island, island, it's French people. French people quickly followed by the British.
French people.
I agree.
We had Spanish people though.
Oh, true. You said the French first. You said French.
For Haiti.
For Haiti. That makes sense. And then DR is Spain.
Haiti. That's why they speak fucking.
Yeah.
Well, anyways.
Completely not related to anything.
I love, that is something else. I love cultures and stuff, but we're not going to jump. What else do we have? Is there anything else we can milk about horoscopes?
Wow, horoscopes, they're fun. I like them. I think they're more fun if they fit you, is what I'll say. Because it's true. Okay, Kayla's birthday.
You can make them all fit.
No, you can't. Because Kayla's birthday is the day after mine. Are you going to tell me that my definition of like, if I looked up an Aries right now, it's like loud, confident, outspoken, blah, 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 blah. Kayla is not those things. Like, Kayla can be, but she's not those things. So it's not as fun. If you don't fit it, it's not as fun. And she's one day, same year, one day after me.
My bias. It's
Yes,
not fun.
yes. But like, right? It's fun to be like, oh, the stars say that I'm confident, and oh my god, that's so me. But it's like, if the stars were like, you're kind of an emotional bitch, I'd be like, well, okay, that's not fun.
Take it easy, Gemini.
Yeah. Water signs.
Ran through. You don't
even know what that means. You just picked one that people don't like.
No, well, yeah.
I do.
You're right.
Yeah. So yeah, but you're a Leo. I have Leo in my thing. I'm a Leo rising. Do you know your things? You know your 3?
That's why I also
not ran through enough.
That's why I also take offense, because you're like, oh, it means you're in a committed relationship. I was like, I don't know my shit.
But see, it's all generalizations, because there are girls that think zodiac signs are fucking stupid too. So it's
hey, man, where are they at?
I don't know. Not on a dating app putting their
in Discord.
zodiac sign. It's a Discord mod. She's gonna call you kitten. That was a trend on TikTok for a minute.
Discord kitten.
Well, it was like
people
the
matching profile.
Well, it was mine was like people making like because I'm on like art TikTok. It was people making like OCs that were like Discord mods, like cringy neckbeard Discord mod OCs. It was very fun. Anyways,
you know what?
We have not talked about like dating that much on this podcast, have we?
This horoscopes was.
Sure. You're right. Sangwoo's corroborating. That's fine.
Yeah, Sangwoo says.
There's your college word again. Corroborating.
Stop using it.
I've used it twice.
Look bad.
Read a book.
What does it even mean? Read a book.
Like,
it's not an audio book.
Corresponding,
no,
corroborating.
I know what it means.
You just said, what does it mean?
It's called a joke.
It's not a joke. Do you see this man? Here's another thing.
This is what I have to work with.
This is before you say your thing. I'm going to interrupt you because I can.
Because I can't. Because I'm a man.
I think it's so. Yes, I think you have to be so smart to be dumb. Like, for me to act like I don't know what corroborate means, I have to act like I really don't know what it means, even though I 100% know what the fuck it means, you know?
And that makes you,
a level,
and that makes you so smart.
Yeah.
You're so smart because you act like you don't know what corroborate means.
Because does it have 1 R or 2 R's?
Go crazy. You have to act like you're dumb.
I think that's smarter than just being dumb.
I don't know. It's fine. I don't think it's hard to
corroborate with me.
I don't think it's hard to act dumb.
Okay.
I could be like, I don't know how to spell business. And it's same shit. Bussiness.
You feel like we haven't talked about relationships?
No. I was being silly.
Well, I mean, we can get to the main course of today's talk.
Oh, what's the main course?
You know what the main course is?
It's my relationship.
Yeah. Are y'all ready for the geometry section?
Yeah.
I'm screaming.
I love geometry.
I feel like I'm screaming.
He's loud, but I'm also loud. He's like, probably pitched it down at this point.
He's like deaf in whatever ear I sit next to him at the bars.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel bad for Parker. I yell.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just loud.
Really?
I can't help it. Shut up. Are you rude? No more Tito's for you. I'm fine. Don't embarrass me in front of my podcast.
Sponsors.
Oh, okay. See, you shouldn't say. I like that column 5 better. That's why I was like, there's.
It's column 5.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So the main course.
Go for it.
Get ready.
Someone was like typing. He's like writing a college essay.
Looking up K-pop articles.
Yeah. He's day trading right now.
Is that racist?
Yeah, actually.
No, but I mean.
So he said a smidge.
I get a pass.
Okay, what's up?
Geometry.
Yes, geometry. I was really good at geometry in high school. I failed math 3 times in college, but I was good at geometry.
Red flag.
Red flag, probably.
I don't fucking know. Geometry. So, people listening in may have noticed we spent a whole section talking about.
You're gonna spill this. Why are you touching the table so much?
Because this is Men Are From Mars.
Okay.
Talking about Parker.
Okay, yeah.
But you also mentioned you had a girlfriend.
I do. Okay.
I don't even know how to start. This is weird.
It's fine. So basically...
Can you please start for me?
Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
So basically, here's the thing. So I was at a point in my relationship where I was not feeling emotionally fulfilled. And I was lonely and I was sad. And I was like, hey, I feel lonely and I feel sad. And he was like, okay, what do you want to do? And I was like, I think I would enjoy being able to spend time. Like, I had friends, but I didn't have a lot of friends at the time. So I was like, I feel like I would like the opportunity to pursue a woman romantically, because I've been on and off with this dude for like 10 years. And it's like, obviously I'm not trying to like mess up the thing that I have going with this guy because I love this guy, but like we had gone through like rough patches and times where we like took breaks, but we weren't seeing other people, and it was just like a whole thing. So I was like, I would really like to be able to experience like fully dating a woman, because I have not had that opportunity, and I feel like it's, for lack of a better term, I guess, it's like I feel like I was like missing out on like a fundamental part of myself, because I was like, a defining thing for me was not the specific label, but I knew I liked women. And growing up religious, my parents were like, well, how do you know that my mom in particular was like, how do you know you like girls? Like, you don't know, like you can't blah, blah, blah. And so it felt very like I was missing out on the opportunity, because I told myself and held it as like a truth that like I want to date women and I am attracted to women, but I haven't. I mean,
you've identified from when you were younger. I mean, we heard you say, pansexual, or at least just something else or different things. Definitely.
And I've been dating like a cis dude on and off for like, at that point, probably like 7 years.
So put it in perspective though. At that point, even 7 years at that age, that's a long time.
No, for sure. Because I would have been like 21 when I was thinking about this. So like I was like,
it's a third of your life.
That's what I'm saying. And so it's like I feel like I missed the opportunity to experience understanding that part of myself, because I never had the opportunity to even be like, okay, I like women, but I think preferentially, I think I would rather be with a man more. Like I didn't even have that mindset, because I had a girlfriend before I dated Parker, but it was like I was 12 and it was like 2 months. So it was not a thing. And you're like a child. And so I felt like I was missing out on like that experience. So I was like, I think I'd really like to be able to pursue that. And he was like, okay, sure. So Parker and I made a Tinder, and we were those people on Tinder. The like couple seeking a third on Tinder. It's really cringe. Don't do that.
Never done that.
Okay. I want to get into it. Let's get into it. No. I would like to. I want to.
No.
Fine.
Never do that. We're on your story.
All right. Sure. So
I like the way you say sure.
Sure.
God, what is it?
Why do you do this to me?
What? No.
It's same with the Noah.
Noah.
He loves that.
Noah.
Noah.
Sorry, all right, I'm distracting.
He's making fun of me.
No, yeah.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what that is, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know. My dad lived in Iowa and my mom lived in Nebraska, so it could be. Anyways, so we made a couple Tinder thing, and we went on a couple dates, and they were all whack as fuck, because it's just kind of whack as fuck. And also, like, this is definitely an assumption, because obviously it worked out, but I feel like a lot of times the girls that like opt in to couples on Tinder are fucking weird. This is a generalization, but
I mean, okay,
but whatever. Because I had like,
it checks out, but I'm not trying to generalize.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember one in particular. I'm not gonna put this girl on blast, but she was like, so at the time I was 20, so just please take that with a grain of salt. But like, this girl was like a senior in high school, and we showed up to a date to go to the movies, and she was very like goth, dressed up goth, but like, which is fine. Love goth girls, but like shout out. I don't even know if that's technically true. She's her own category, but she was like in like big platform boots and like one of those pentagram bras and like whatever. But her makeup was like really bad. I remember that vividly. I don't want to be a bitch, but it was like not good. And I was like,
she was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
We'll take the
sure.
high road.
But so I didn't.
Sure.
Stop. But so I was like, oh, you got all dressed up for the date, haha. And she was like, no, I wore this to school. And I like I hesitate to use this verbiage because it feels very Gen Z, but it like genuinely gave me the ick. I was like, okay.
You're like, I don't want to date that
girl. Yeah, right? Like, kind of. I was like, it'd be like, I don't want to sound like an asshole. Like I said, it'd be one thing if it was like really well put together, because there were plenty of goth girls at my school that were like stunning, beautiful goth girls. But I remember just being like, okay. And then we went and saw this movie, and I was like, I want to go home. So then we matched with Kayla on Tinder. Oh. And
who's Kayla?
Kayla is my girlfriend.
Oh.
So we matched with Kayla on Tinder, and
she's also part.
She's my girlfriend too.
Oh.
Like, she's both. We'll get into it. We'll get into the geometry.
Yeah.
But so
this is the best day of my life.
What the fuck? But so we went on a date with Kayla, and she didn't want to go. She wanted to ghost us really bad. And then her friend told her that she had to go, and then she went, and then the date was great and we had a really fun time, and then she still almost ghosted us again, and then her friend was like, do not do that, and so then we didn't, because shout out that girl, I don't even think her and Kayla are friends anymore, but shout out that girl for she was dumb.
Okay,
it's fine. No, whatever. What did you do to me? But so
we put Vyvanse in your drink.
Oh God, if I was like double dosing on Vyvanse, it would be a nightmare.
Would it be a nightmare, or just like
no? It'd be bad.
Chaos?
No, it'd be bad.
Oh, because
they do it by weight. Like your milligram percentage is like by weight. So if I was like, so I take 80 milligrams of Vyvanse. No, that would be a nightmare. That's how you use it and make it a drug, not like a.
So it would be lit.
I'd be ODing in this room. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't actually, but I would be like,
all right.
Blah blah blah. All this to say, so then Kayla needed a place to live, and in true, this is a bit for the lesbians, but lesbians be moving in with each other like fast as fuck. That's like the lesbian meme. Yeah. And she literally needed a place to live. So like we were dating for like a month, and then she moved into my apartment. And then my lease ended and we moved into our first house, and then she lived there the entire time, and now we're in a new place and I'm still with Kayla.
I'm trying to remember.
It's been 3 years. Our 3-year anniversary was in June.
So when would have been the first time that we met her? When y'all were at the apartment?
Probably Thanksgiving at the apartment. Feels correct in my brain, but maybe not.
That's interesting. Did y'all feel nervous showing her into the friend group, or what was that feeling like for y'all?
I mean, I'm not like that. Actually, I don't think it was Thanksgiving, because if our anniversary was in June. So, okay, here's an example.
So much. This is amazing.
Here's an example. So we'd been dating for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then my family was going to go to Schlitterbahn. That's a water park in Texas. And
love me some Schlitterbahn.
My mom had rented these like cabins at Schlitterbahn, so we were going to like stay the night there for the weekend. And I literally told my parents that we were dating Kayla like 2 weeks into us dating Kayla, because I wanted her to go. So I was like, hey, can my girlfriend come? And my parents were like, yeah, okay. Oh. Because my mindset was either they're going to be fucking assholes about it, in which case, fuck that.
That's interesting. So, no. Let's take it.
Yeah.
So you really, 2 weeks into it, you're just like, I want my girlfriend to come to Schlitterbahn, and you're going to tell your parents, knowing, like you had said previously, that your mom was maybe not understanding of you wanting to pursue like lady relationships.
So yes, but I will say that, like I was saying earlier at the very beginning of the podcast, like how you can go through these personal changes every 4 years, whatever. The mom that I had when I was like 15, 16 is not the same mom I had when I was 20. Mm-hmm. And my parents were religious, and they were Mormon, and they had grown up Mormon. Like both my parents were raised in the church. So it's difficult, because something I don't think a lot of non-religious people understand is that it's the truth in your brain. Like gravity is a thing, and God is a thing, and Jesus is a thing. Like these are undeniable truths of your existence. So to question them or to go against them would be like saying that the sky isn't blue or that gravity isn't real, because you're just raised with it as an undeniable truth in your brain. So I never felt this way, because I kind of decided I didn't really agree with the church when I was probably like 14, 15. I mean, 13, I was like, I want to kiss girls.
You got an iced tea, you're like, this shit fuck.
No, I don't like iced tea. I was saying that to Songwoo earlier. That's the one thing. I fuck with coffee pretty heavy now, but Mormons don't drink coffee or tea. I fuck with coffee pretty heavy.
Yeah. When you heard me make that coffee joke earlier, that was a deep cut.
That was a deep cut. But iced tea I still do not like, and I feel like a failure as a Southerner, but it just tastes like plants. I can't do it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. But so my parents had like this deep... after they kind of fixed their relationship a little, they had this like spiritual crisis, spiritual awakening. Sure. I don't know if I think Mormonism is the truth moment, which was insanely hard for my parents, because it was... I can't even imagine. No, because that's what I'm saying, is you grow up with it as the sky is blue, gravity is real.
Huh? Right? Isn't that how they met? They were on like some camp thing.
Yeah, my parents met because of Mormonism. They went to like a church summer camp, exactly, and they met each other. My dad was 16 and my mom was 15. Like that's my parent. Like it's fundamental in the lives of my parents, and there are all these rules about homosexuality, and like Mormons aren't like. I mean, it always depends on the church you could go to, because there are Catholics that I'm sure are very chill, and there are Catholics that are fucking awful. So it really just depends on what church you go to. My church is pretty chill. But, like, that's just marriages between a man and a woman, blah, 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 blah.
The parish?
I'm sorry. The ward.
The ward.
Mormons are wards. Oh. Yeah. Good cut. Good try. He's trying. But so, by the time that I was 18. I have 2 younger siblings, and both of them were kind of like, I had friends that were trans, and I had like my younger sibling, I had a friend who was transitioning, and my younger sibling saw and like asked my mom and was like, so is Emma, like, she's trans? And my mom was like, yeah. And my younger sibling was just like, okay. And my mom was like, oh, it's easy, I can just talk to my child. But like, you don't think that if you've been raising kids following really specific strict rules, you're like, well, I have to raise them in the blah, blah, blah.
That's different age groups, because I mean, I'm sure that's maybe not a thing that they had to deal with when they were like raising your like older brother.
No, totally,
like,
exactly, because Connor wasn't like hanging out with a ton of gay people, but I was like a fucking nerd ass dork ass Tumblr cosplay kid, so like I was hanging out with like weird gay kids and weird
whole
like
rainbow.
Yeah, literally. And my dad was like taking me to cons. Happy Pride Month. My dad was taking me to cons, so like my dad's seeing all this shit, and it's like, I don't know. But so by the time,
exposure is what you're saying.
Exactly. And my mom actually called me. I think I must have been like, it was before I was dating Kayla. So my mom calls me. I'm like 20, and she like basically said, thank you so much for having friends that were gay and trans, and like kind of forcing me to grow up and be an accepting person, because she was saying like, I want to be there for my kids. And now it's funny because 3 out of 4 of the kids in my house are gay, so gang.
Maybe Connor's in the closet.
It's genetic. Who knows? Maybe Connor's in the closet. Listen, it's genetic, so
that's
3/4 is a pretty solid statistic for saying it's genetic. But my younger brother has a boyfriend, and my younger sister is kind of like me in that she's just like, if I meet the person, then whatever.
Sure.
But blah blah, all this to say, because of that, my mom was at a different place by the time I started dating Kayla than who she was when I was 13. Mm-hmm. So I have a really great relationship with my parents now, and my whole mindset was kind of, they're either going to be like cool or they're going to be weird, but I have to rip the band-aid off at some point. Like, I have to tell them at some point. So I'd rather just do it now, and if they're going to be weird, avoid it.
Okay.
And then get super deep and be like skirting shit. Like,
you didn't, right. So was it part of it that you didn't want to have to deal with kind of trying to hide it and avoid it?
Yeah.
You're just like, let's just do, but is it also that you just felt comfortable that you could have this type of conversation?
I think it's both. I think it's both, because I don't think I really, in my mind's eye, was like, oh, I don't want to deal with hiding this. I think I was like, I'm going to tell my parents, and they're either going to be annoying or they're going to be whatever.
Sure.
And that's just how it's how it's going to be. And my parents are great, so they were like, okay. And then they were great. And Kayla's like the sweetest person alive, so it would be really difficult to be like, I'm going to satay. I know. Yeah. But yeah, Kayla's like the best, so it'd be hard to dislike Kayla.
I love Kayla.
I know. She's like sweet.
I love this is me professing my love for Kayla.
That'd be kind of awkward, wouldn't it?
I'm trying to make this line.
I'm trying to make a square.
I'm trying to make a square.
Triangle? No, square. Square with an X in the middle.
That's fascinating. Okay, so y'all go on this date.
Yeah, it's fine. My parents are great.
Worked out, and then Schlitterbahn. You tell your parents they're fine, and y'all been chugging along since. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and just to kind of elaborate further on that,
please.
I know, I was like, you want this, so I'll just do it anyways. But our relationship is like a triangle in that like we're all dating each other. It's not like a V. It's not like I'm dating Kayla like and Parker. Yeah, it's like Kayla and Parker are also together, so that's fun. It's cool.
So
are we is this where we're going now?
If I had Crocs, I'd be putting them in sport mode right now.
Oh god, okay.
How does one, so you're a lady,
yes,
how have you had to, how was the experience for you of Parker and Kayla?
Oh, sure. Like intimacy.
The dating intimacy, because on the onset it was offset. Yeah. On the onset, yeah. Triangle.
God damn it!
Angle.
No. 90 degree.
45.
Acute.
I'm trying to scale your scaling.
That kind of goes crazy. Anyways.
That's what I fucking do.
Oh my god.
See, I need to learn how to be humble. I think if I was humble, I'd be more digestible. Is that a thing? Yeah.
I need to learn how to be humble.
Yeah.
It's such a funny thing to say.
Yeah.
You think you'd be more digestible if you were humble?
Or would I be more myself? Uh-oh. She's thinking. Make that noise. How do you navigate that? Because at the onset, it was you saying, I kind of feel unsatisfied, or that the opportunity cost of not exploring this part of your personality, that you hadn't done it, and then you were, but then it's now navigating. So how did you integrate it? Like, was there a period where it was a V?
No.
Okay, so talk me through that. Talk them through that.
It just doesn't feel, this is my perspective because everybody's different, and people do, the word is polyamory. People do polyamory different. So some people do V's, some people do like these complex fucking like star shapes where there's like packets of couples that integrate, but not all the couples integrate. I call those polycules when there's a bunch of polyamorous people. There's like 6 poly people.
I think it's called a harem.
Yeah, but not actually, because we're not fucking in an anime, you filthy dirty weeb.
Right.
But so for me, it's just like, it's kind of not fair, for lack of a better term.
You felt like it wasn't, or like.
Isn't this inherently misogynistic? I would love for you to elaborate.
So someone in the chat's just asking if it's inherently misogynistic, but let's keep going.
For me, it's like, I am interested in men and women. Mm-hmm. She's interested in men and women. We're all dating each other. Mm-hmm. So I can still be with her and not be with him. And she can still be with me and not be with him. And she can be with him and I can be with him, or vice versa. In that, I think it would be at the not seeing this person's entire whatever, because this is like a valid concern, I would say, because like, again, I grew up Mormon. I did not grow up that kind of Mormon, because like the polygamy and polyamory are not the same thing, but polygamy is like a man with a bunch of wives, but the wives aren't like dating each other, they're not seeing each other, they're not whatever, they're just like, at the risk of sounding like a fucking asshole, this is just how it seems, they're basically like sex receptacles for this dude to like be able to fuck a bunch of women if he wants to. Whereas I feel like if it's a closed relationship,
Mormon,
no, it's a bummer, because then you are the sole provider for what, 45 kids and 7 women. I
can't even emotionally provide for myself.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about emotionally. I'm talking about monetarily. You're going to support like 40 kids and 7 women? One dude? Because these women are stay at home. They're not working. Yeah.
Oh, they're not feminist.
No. There's 7 women married to the same dude. They're not feminists.
These aren't empowered women. I'm sorry.
I see what you're saying. I think more so his question, I do see what you're saying, of not in a poly itself, but is as a man, how do you deal with a man and another woman? I will say I could see that being inherently misogynistic, but I think that when you add the person element to it, people get jealous.
That's why, yeah.
I know that that's where you're coming from it, but like you could be 3 lesbian women and it's like, how do you deal with this person that you've been with for a long time being with other people? Though I do see how if it's just like, that's my man, yeah, that's misogynistic and weird, because like, for what, a man? Not me, sis. It's like fighting with somebody over a man. I've never liked that mindset. That's completely, very quick side note, when it's like your dude is cheating on you and you find his side chick, so you beat the shit out of his side chick. Beat the shit out of the man. Fuck the side chick. Beat him up. She didn't even do shit.
When the side chick, like, or not even the side chick, but like
someone
a girl
like lets you know.
That's yeah.
And
you're like
mad at her.
Sis.
Yeah, or not. Yeah, exactly. My thing is like, I don't know. I agree, but to me, it's like, I think that jealousy is like a difficult thing to overcome, but I think what it comes down to is you either do it or you don't. Either you try it and you can't get over it, so it just isn't gonna work, or you kind of have to get over it in a polyamorous thing. Because if you're gonna be jealous the entire time, then you're gonna be miserable and you just shouldn't do it. But
So just to backtrack a little, but on the onset, once you recognize that you really did like Kayla, you basically had it in your mind already, like, okay, if we were to proceed with this, it's gonna be the super triangle.
Yeah, I didn't think that it would work for me if it was like V's.
Okay.
Because I am a kind of like possessive person. I'm pretty down with being like open for fun. Like I could hook up in a group of people with my people and it wouldn't upset me. But if I was going to be in like an intimate relationship, if I was like not involved in certain things, it would be hard for me personally.
Okay.
So like
you're being empathetic, or at least you recognize that if it were you in that person's shoes, you would hate.
Absolutely. Well, it's like if I had to sleep alone, knowing that my other two people were like sleeping together, that would really bum me out. Because I'd be like, well, but I want to cuddle and mega bed. Yeah, exactly. It's like I couldn't do that. I would be really uncomfortable at the notion of like knowing that my two people, and it's like, obviously it's different if it's like I'm at work and my people are going to the grocery store. It's like, that's not gonna whatever. But if it's like moments of intimacy that you want to be included, I'm knowingly being left out of, as opposed to like, oh, well, you just like, I'm busy, like I'm at work and they're doing whatever, or they're at work, so I'm at home doing whatever. But if it's like, okay, you're making the choice to go to bed with not me, like that would make me sad. I do think that there's moments of like physical intimacy that, and this was like a point that took time to like get over, but like initially it was like everyone at the same time all the time, and now it's like in sex, so it's like it had to be like everybody in the same time all the time, but now
Y'all
it's like,
have sex?
Stop.
What the fuck?
Stop.
Stop the stream. That's
but now it's but it still can't be like I don't know, I feel like it can be like quick little fun things 2 to 2, but if it was like a whole thing, it would, I don't know.
That's interesting. You're saying that you feel that you're comfortable with it if there's this level of kind of transparency into what the other people are doing.
Yeah, that's why it's like
But you filter out for any doubts of that, because you pick a good person and then you grow.
You have to,
right?
Like you either. That's what I'm saying is like, okay, if I thought that this person was going to cheat on me at some point in the relationship, if I want to be an adult about it, I either have to shut the fuck up and just kind of go through the relationship, or I'm doing a disservice to my partner by assuming that they're going to be cheating on me the whole time, or I need to leave the relationship. Like if I'm actively concerned this person is going to cheat on me, I either need to accept that might be like an internal issue and go forward, or I need to end the relationship, because at some point it's like an internal thing. They could be a horrible person, obviously, I'm making generalizations, but like for me, I think I just prefer for it to be everyone's mostly included, and then in the beginning those like 2-2 things were not what I wanted at all. I was like, we always need to be together all the time, but like as my comfort levels have shifted and I've been like, I can because I have baggage, I've been
everyone has
hurt by people before, 100%. So it's like as I get more comfortable with the people I'm with, I'm more comfortable being like loosening up boundaries, and
it's like a relationship. It's building that trust.
It's a relationship with literally 100% more of the people. You're adding one more full human being.
More variables.
Yeah. So it's
fascinating.
Yeah, it's tricky and interesting.
Fascinating. All right, let's get down to all the questions. I know the chat's thinking. Do you have 2 anniversary dates?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Amazing.
We have, me and Parker have an anniversary date, and then me and Kayla, and then us and Kayla have an anniversary date. Because it's not like us being with Kayla negates the time that me and Parker were together. It's like it's not preferential. It's just.
Would it be bad to say it's DLC?
Yeah, I don't think that's bad to say, but I think
it's more than a season pass. It's DLC.
I mean, it's like exactly. Like if
she's the Brood War to y'all StarCraft. Yeah. And that's a good thing to say. Parker will agree with me. That's why he's like, damn.
Yeah, I would say so. I think it definitely like improved our relationship. Songwoo was like, oh, Brood War. I love Brood War.
He don't fucking play that. Well, he kind of played that shit. Anyway.
Don't bully Songwoo.
I'll fucking... tell people that your podcast is running.
Yeah, the podcast is running. We're moving.
We're moving and grooving.
I have finished this. I'm going to pee one more time. So
yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. The chat. All right.
For the boys.
We're having another break. Put the camera on me. Right here. I want you to get right here with me.
It's on you. It's on you. It's on you. It's on you. Yeah.
If you're enjoying the talk that you're having so far, I don't have sponsors to plug. Because we're having fun. So if you're having fun, drop the like, share the link. We're going to be going. How long have we been going so far?
Hour 33 now. Hour 33.
Hour 30? This might be
I'm down with that. That's how long podcasts run now.
If you're enjoying, I want you to. There's also clips. Make clip. If there's something that you hear that you're like, damn, this shit fire. Probably something I said. You can clip it, and that'll definitely help the channel. We can use those clips. It's different than Twitch. We're on YouTube. This isn't Twitch. This is different. This is fun. This is new. This is interesting. Much like a polyamorous relationship. This is fun. This is new. This is interesting. Right? And if you have any questions or comments, we're going to be reading them out. We're reading the chat right now. We have it right here in front of us. We'd love to hear whatever y'all have to say. What else am I going to ask Morgan? I don't really have. You try to take some pictures when we're talking, just like on your. I mean, it's kind of an autopilot. Men are from Mars. It's been a while. Super excited to have everyone here. This is the no preparation show. This is us getting a little lit, getting a little loose, talking a little crazy. We're just having fun. We're talking about relationships, the ins and outs. I'm having an amazing geometry lesson right now. I'm learning more than I learned when I was in high school taking this shit. Let me tell you. This is wonderful. This is amazing. I can barely navigate just a one-to-one. These people, they're doing flips and shit. They have to imagine having to worry about the emotional. Imagine having to empathize and sympathize with two different people emotionally and intimately. I can't even intimately myself. I can barely intimately one other person. To be intimately responsible for two other people? How do you do it? How do you do it?
It's hard. It's tricky. There's a learning curve for certain. And then also, here's just a fun little whatever. Kayla had not been in a relationship before our relationship. So that was a whole other thing because she had no experience in a normal relationship.
When we were describing
why,
let's use hadn't been in
a two-person standard relationship.
Yeah, let's be a little.
She's not gonna. Whatever.
I'm trying to get some Mormon sponsors.
Oh my god, no, you were not. My man can't empathize with one person. It's true, he can't.
Okay. Who's Beast Mode? Beast Mode, you talking a little crazy.
I'm loving it.
Out your fucking
I'm
neck.
loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I'm happy you're here, though. I don't know who you are. Let me find out.
It's kind of complicated, but at the same time, it's literally the exact same as having one person. There's just two. Like it feels okay. Listen though. Okay, there's like a learning curve that's really steep, and then you just kind of plateau, and it's like the same. But I will say,
not making any sense. What are you saying?
I don't know. I will say that it's. I don't know.
Kidding,
I'm a bit no. I will say though that it is kind of what I was saying of how like a friendship is basically the same as a relationship. It's just platonic, not intimate. It's like I have very deep relationships in friendships with people, so it feels kind of just like I took someone I had a really close friendship with and just kind of shoved them into my pre-existing relationship. Yeah, which is not true. I was not friends with Kayla first. We started dating because we met on Tinder, but it's like it's not like I had known Kayla for years.
You're
and then
Tinder
was
ad right now.
No, Tinder's not the move. Starts with. Okay, listen to me. Be on it level with me. I could get you a Tinder sponsorship if I could. What are you gonna do with a Tinder sponsorship? You have a vying success rate on Tinder. Your longest term relationship has been 1.5 years, you said, and you've had a winning success rate on Tinder. Are you who Tinder wants on their ads? Tinder wants to be like, we've been together for 6 years. We've been blah, 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 blah.
I'm gonna get nothing.
I'm just saying.
You're ruining it.
Mine started with a woman and a man, but I think that, like I kind of said earlier, it's like I very easily could have been dating another woman and added another woman and it would have been the same. And I think that I do agree, Beast Mode, that there's a lot of, not polyism in general, but like misogyny can be incorporated into poly relationships, especially if you like do things on the
No, I think it just meant it starts with an M, like their names.
Oh, with an M. I didn't see that.
You were like deep diving into
we're having a conversation. More than putting your business out there. It's true. We're having a conversation.
Yeah. What do you think is my problem in relationships and dating?
Do you want me to be honest?
That's what we're here for, kind of.
I think if you were humble, it would help you.
Okay. I'm not going to be defensive. I'm going to take this as a friend. Give me your fucking hand.
Oh my God, okay.
I'm going to take this as a friend.
Across the podcast table.
Talk fucking shit.
I'm
listening.
I think that you have, not to just like sit here and guess you up and whatever, but I think that you have like desirable qualities. I think that you're like a fun guy. I think that you're fun to hang out with. I think that you have like a good magnetic, it's Matt. I'm not on my real Gmail account. I see. It's Matt calling you out.
Bro, Matt, Matt, I'm a...
Oof.
I love Matt.
Pandora's box has been opened. True.
I love Matt. I love Pride Month. It's all great. I love everything.
For the girls and the gays.
Yeah.
The Marz Bar podcast.
And everything else.
And everything in between.
Let's go.
Anyways, I think that your problem when it comes to dating...
We don't have to stay too long because I want to help other people, not just sit here and have therapy sessions with my friends.
No, it's true. Okay, but genuinely though, I think that you have like a good personality. I think that you are good at like going into a room and picking people out and being like, oh, this person seems kind of shy. I'll whatever. Like, I think that's a good quality. I think that you have a problem listening and empathizing with others. I think that if I came to you and said I had a problem and you were like, I'd be like, I don't want to be friends with this person. So I can't imagine coming to you with like an emotional problem, like in a relationship. Like, I'm not saying this is an issue you have at all. I'm just picking an example. If I was like, I feel like we aren't intimate enough. Like, I feel like we aren't like physical enough. Like, I wish we had more sex, or like even just kissed or held each other more. Like, I wish we were more intimate. And you were like, well, what do you want me to do? I'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Not that you would be like, well, what do you want me to do?
No, I know.
But
I'm listening. This is something I've brought up to my therapist before, saying like, I sometimes feel like I'm not the person people can come to for that type of stuff. And she's like, well, do you know that? Or are you just like saying, like, is that just something you're saying in your head? I'm like, I don't know. I have people that have said it, but needless to say, thanks to therapy, now I myself am more in tune with my emotions and stuff.
And that's super valid, because I've had people come to me about issues that I consider myself a very empathetic person, and I've had people come to me and talk to me about things, and I've been like, I don't know how to help you. Not only do I not know how to help you, I don't know how to sit here and listen to this and not be like, what? Sure. Like, and get like, I don't know how to
communicate.
Yeah, no, for sure. But, or one would hope that you would, right? But like, if I come to you with a problem and you're like something that you're like, I said it to you earlier, but it's really easy to get defensive. Like, it takes genuine effort to listen to someone criticize you and not get defensive.
To listen.
Yeah, to listen at all. But to take criticism and not get defensive is really hard. So I get it. But I also think that it could be beneficial in relationships to, even if you disagree,
you have to.
If you want it to last,
you have to build that skill, because there are going to be things that you both disagree with that you're going to have to be able to talk about.
Absolutely.
And I've been in relationships where it was difficult for me to bring up things because of the other person, because of myself, and that just you just can't. Builds and builds and builds. Yeah, I think that this is not something I practice, but I've seen it before, but it's like a 72-hour rule, I think, where it's like, if something is bothering you for like 72 hours, you basically have up until 72 hours to bring it up. Otherwise, you can't like be mad at your partner for not understanding it's an issue. Yeah, because it's like, if you say something in a tone and it pisses me off, and I'm like, in my shit about it for 3 days, but I don't say anything to you about it, it's just gonna fester in me, but I literally didn't bring it up to you. Right. So how do you even know that that's happening to me? And how are you supposed to like work on and improve that behavior? But I love it. Yeah, Matt wants you to get in trouble. I love it. Matt wants to get you canceled. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I love it. Did you see? Matt got a nose ring? Yeah. That's epic. He was trying to get a Big Mike to do it. What did Michael say? He got his eyebrows. Michael got his... No, Matt. Matt. I was like, Michael got his fucking eyebrows pierced? That's crazy. Matt, is a wonderful character.
No, I'll say it. Matt can pull shit off that like 90% of y'all's friend group could not pull off. It is crazy. Can you imagine if you got eyebrow piercings respectfully?
No, he got the nose, and then he didn't get pierced. He got like done.
Oh, you could get your eyebrows threaded. That's not that big a deal. No, I need to. My eyebrows are no. Your eyebrows look good. Genuinely, I have to get my eyebrows done or shit because it looks whatever. They look pretty good. They're thick, but they're not like fucked up. You get your nose pierced.
No. Or earrings. People are like, you need to get an earring. Yeah, okay. What does it say about you?
Gay. I've said it before to you. If she has any kind of cartilage piercing, she's a little gay.
My sister had.
A little.
No,
a little.
No, I made this joke last time. I don't know if it's a good joke, but we were like, it's 2022.
All girls are a little gay. Yeah, I think it's more so that like, so given current events, being gay is safer than being heterosexual. I'm not gonna get pregnant if I have sex with a woman. So, well, it depends on the woman, but percentile wise, I'm usually less likely to get pregnant if it's a woman. And if she's on estrogen, then I probably will not, because generally that fixes the sperm shit. But
amen.
Blah blah blah. Being gay.
What did you want to talk about today?
I don't know.
What topics, when you think dating relationships? I don't know. I was trying to do like hypnotist shit.
Oh.
Dating relationships.
Dating and relationships. I have some bad news, bud.
Pee again?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you said you had to pee again.
No. First of all, mind your fucking manners. The whole last podcast, I didn't pee one time. This time he has me like chugging fucking vodka and orange juice, and he's like, "You have to pee, bitch, bitch, once an hour after filling your cup up with vodka and orange juice."
I'd call you a whore.
Oh, I see.
Kidding.
We're equal.
Kidding. I don't like using the B word. My first ever.
You don't like saying bitch?
My first ever girlfriend in high school. I think I had like offhand. I didn't call her
a bitch,
but I must have.
You're like, bitch,
said
blah,
it or
blah,
whatever. And she's
like,
don't ever say that. Don't call me that. And I took it to heart.
Sensitive boy.
I still don't say that. I still try. I'll call my friends that, but I won't call like.
Yeah. Like a young lady.
It's rough. Like I don't.
That's funny. I'm trying to think of any.
That shit stayed with me. I was like.
Calling a girl a bitch in particular.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was like you.
No, I'm sure you were like, bitch, why would you blah, 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 blah. Don't ever call me that.
I was like.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't know. I get in arguments too much. I'm argumentative by nature. And like.
Are you, or is that just a narrative you just tell yourself?
No, I am. It's crazy. I love to argue, and I will get in arguments for no fucking reason. I love to argue, full stop. And then in relationships,
argue with you that you're not argumentative.
But then in relationships, I will like get in arguments like really quick. Like I'm quick to argue, which is not a good trait, but something that like me and Parker in our relationship, it's been like we will argue and like yell for like 5 minutes, and then we will like walk out, and then we will get back together and we'll be like, listen, I'm sorry, but I really didn't like that you said that. And he'll be like, yeah, I understand. That's totally fine. So it's
kind of like that release, or that you let yourself, you lean into that anger, that moment, right? Well.
Oh man.
Don't laugh. Why the fuck are you laughing? I hate when Sang Woo laughs.
I don't even.
That's Cat.
What girl are we talking? You don't have to. I don't know.
We're talking about the only girl I did in high school. Yeah, the only girl I did in high school.
I don't remember you hanging out with her.
It was just like I didn't sit with her. It was just high school shit.
I don't know, man.
Anyway, that's funny. Fuck me. I will call you a slur. Keep acting up. It's Pride Month.
What do we want to talk about?
I'll get extra canceled.
Oh no, that new Dragon Ball movie. Can you imagine? Just on a dating show, we're like, let's talk about the new Dragon Ball Z movie.
Oh, movies. So, did you watch any of the dating shorts I made? What do you think about those? Watch those? The Instagram reels where I did dating advice.
Hey, TikTok.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. Yeah. Dating girls.
Yeah.
Women. I think I saw like one or two. I think they were fine. I think the format was fine.
I was just trying to do shorts. But, so this is the thing about... testament to how I care about this dating stuff. I was just like, I'm gonna do it because it's stuff that I'm interested in, stuff I think about, and the ones that I made were based off that thing for for Kate that I was gonna make the dating stuff.
Yeah.
So with stuff I had already written out that wasn't getting used. So I'm like, I'm just
might
gonna
as
fucking
well.
use it, right?
Blah blah. Okay, let's talk about dating. Let's talk about desirable traits in a partner. How about that? That's fun.
No, I disagree.
Okay.
Let's guess each other's love languages.
Okay, sure, that's fun. Mine have changed, so I don't even know if you. Okay, guess.
I bet.
Let's really quickly for chat. So like the love languages, what are there? 5, 6? It's like acts of service.
I don't know, but saying we can Google it.
No, I could Google it, but it's acts of. I'm trying to remember. It's acts of service, quality time.
Because apparently I run a Korean sweatshop.
Acts of service, quality time.
He's sweating. He got AC.
He's vibing. It's nice over here. There's a fan. Absolutely. Oh, true. I could get a soju bottle. I'm gonna
trying to get that Jinro.
We should go to. You trying to eat after this? What are you trying to do?
You
trying to eat after this?
I'm trying to consensually do whatever.
I'm trying to get some chili cream. What is it? What the fuck is it called? No. The gamari. It's like the little glass noodles, and they wrap it in seaweed and they deep fry it. Kimari, yeah. It's just so good.
What was it? Japchae?
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 Japchae boy.
5 love languages.
Okay, yeah. Stop. So the 5 languages.
I want to guess. Okay, it's physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, gift giving. Fuck. Did I already say acts of service?
Yeah, I think you have.
Oh, okay, fuck. Okay.
So it's words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, or the gift giving, and quality time and physical touch.
Physical touch, yes. Okay, I knew those, but I fucked up pronouncing them.
I think.
So you're guessing mine.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, though. So you have a love language that you want, and you have a love language that you do, and they're not the same.
Do you want me to guess?
We need to guess both.
Okay.
So like the way I show love, and then the way I want love shown to me.
I think you want love shown to you through. This is a shot in the dark.
Go for it.
I think you're at a point in your life where you would like quality time.
Okay. And then how do you think I
think you give, and this is just from what I've known about you, your background. I think you're a gift giver when you show. Wait, do you want to guess mine and then we'll...
Sure, we can guess yours, but I don't want it to get like lost.
Okay.
And confused.
Okay.
So mine's kind of a trick question because I have 2 partners and it's different for each person.
Fuck. I should have done the math. I'm stupid.
What I want from each person is different. Because Kayla shows me things that Parker doesn't show me, and Parker shows me things that Kayla doesn't show me. And
happy Pride.
I hate this is why men are a mistake. Jose said quality times and she gives gifts. So I absolutely give gifts. That's my love language, is gift giving. You are correct.
But you know how I know that? Because you had described to me that that's what your mom would do to you.
Yeah, fun fact. You ever just become your mom on accident? It's really not epic.
That would be pretty. I mean,
she's a very successful and beautiful woman, so there's worse things. But I absolutely do. Yesterday, so here's a little.
Yeah.
Yesterday, or a couple days ago, we were driving somewhere, and Kayla has like 1 more semester left in college, and it's mortuary school, and so her tuition it's like a quarter semester was like $1,250. So I just sent her $1,250 on Venmo, and I was like, "Pay for tuition, babe, I got you." And she cried, and it was dope. And I was like,
"That's wonderful."
And it'll keep me alive for 5 more years.
That's wonderful.
But that's like I love to do that. I love gift giving. Like Gabby for her birthday posted like a set of Care Bears from eBay and was like, who wants to send me money? And I bought the set of Care Bears. Like I just bought it and I sent it to her. So it's like, it's whatever. I just like to do that. So for Kayla, neither of them I want quality time. Fun fact. It's not.
Okay.
For Kayla, acts of service is like the most helpful because she helps me do things, and when she helps me do things, I'm like, like she'll call, like if I owe like a bill, she'll like call and pay it, and I'm like, because it means I don't have to do it, and I'm so busy all the time, and I just want to die because my schedule is like insane.
Sure.
And then for Parker, it's like kind of a combination, but like it's hard for him to do like words of affirmation, which makes me want them desperately. Because since it
has more weight.
Yeah, exactly. Because I will throw words. I'm really good at like English and literature and blah, blah. I will throw out sweet nothings. Yeah. I'm a loser. So I'll throw out sweet nothings like they're nothing. But so when Parker does it, I'm always like, so it means a lot more. But it also means that I am starving to death for words of affirmation because it's hard for him, but it is what it is.
I'm sure it's something y'all talked about.
Yeah.
And if he's watching the podcast, now he knows.
No,
as
he
soon
knows.
As you get home, he'll say,
"No, he won't.
What a beautiful."
No, he will not do that.
I know my boy.
Oh my god.
I know my boy. As soon as you get home, he's gonna be like,
"It's hard."
The real Marz is so silly, and you'll be like, "Yeah, I know." And he's like, "You did a
look
good
beautiful
job, champ."
today.
Bang,
yes, smack my ass. Yeah, exactly. No, I think that it's blah blah blah.
No, not blah blah blah.
No. Hang on. Blah blah blah. Patriarchy, misogyny. It's hard for dudes a lot of times to be like, "You're so beautiful." Like, you're so blah blah. Like, to say very deep, intimate, romantic, whatever can be really difficult, especially like if people were relying on you to be like strong. It's hard to let your walls go down and be.
To do it before.
Yeah,
they're not sure because maybe they have only guy friends and all they do is just shit on each other.
Is be like, "Yeah, she does," and high five about their girlfriend. So.
Yeah, he does.
But I try to take it with a grain of salt because it is difficult. Like, just because something's easy for me doesn't mean it's going to be easy for all of the people that I'm ever with. So you can't, like, me and all my homies hate words of affirmation. Nah. Marcel gasses me up on my IG stories.
That's what I do, apparently I'm a notorious hype man.
Hype man for the ladies. It's true. We talk about it. You post a good picture of Marcel in the DMs, he's like, "Damn." And I'm like, "Thank you." Because he's not going to be a freak about it. He's just going to tell you look good, which is appreciated.
Someone needs to do it.
Someone does.
In a not weird way. Because someone will do it.
I'm not going to name names, but some of the guys out here are kind of weird. We've been to parties where all the dudes go outside to go cook barbecue and one dude hangs out with everybody's girlfriend. It's kind of weird.
No comment.
Fuck that guy. I'm not going to name names.
No comment.
No, not you. We love you, Sungwoo. What? Sungwoo just went... Me? No.
It's like,
No. It's hot out there. Fuck that. There's no merit to standing out there drinking shitty beer in the sun. God. Hang with the ladies, Sungwoo. It's all good. Anyways, I'm guessing yours now.
Wait.
Okay, fine. I'll wait.
That's so fascinating, though. Because I didn't even consider that. Because I was thinking of you as the you, but when you think about it in a relationship, it's like what you want from your partner. And so here's an analogy. You could probably relate or see where I was like, it's like when I was in a relationship with someone, I knew what their love language was at the time. And in my head, for me, it was like, I need to water the plant. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's like, I need to, words of affirmation or just other things, just showing that type of love and intimacy, connectivity, watering the plant. And if I would make sure that the plant wouldn't get like dried out, right?
It's a bummer for everyone if that happens.
Yeah, and it's not good for the relationship. So it's like something in my head mentally. That's how I saw it. I was like, I need to make sure I'm doing the care, doing the thing that they enjoy. And it's different for everyone else. So to that end, what do you think my stuff is?
So it's tricky. I don't think yours is words of affirmation for you because I don't think that you need it like that.
I'm listening.
Because
I'm not agreeing.
That's fine. I just feel like you're very good at, like, people can shit on you and it means nothing, which to me is the antithesis of like words of affirmation, because then it means like people's words matter to you. So if people can be like shitty to you and it doesn't affect you, then I think that someone being like, "Hey Marcel, good job." Obviously, like, praise is nice. Like, everybody likes to be praised, but it's different than like, "Baby, you look so good today. Like, you did so blah, blah." I think that you're a big like, you like to go out and do things. So I could see, I guess it kind of depends on how you define quality time, but I think I could see you, because like, so Parker would say that his is quality time, but his isn't like, we need a date and we need all these steps and we need whatever. If we're both sitting on the couch and he's watching fucking like Naruto, like best of Kakashi fights, and I'm on my Switch, that's like, that. It's not, I just
Dude, look at that Shikamaru fight.
Oh, true. No, he just watches like highlights right now. It's crazy. I don't think Kakashi is his favorite. Please do not don't drag him on my behalf.
All right,
but what I'm saying is like, and I could be like playing on my Switch, and that would be like, to him, that's like ideal quality time. We're in the same room. We're loving, like, we're doing our own thing, but we're beside each other. This is quality time. So I could see something like that being a thing for you, in that you like to like go out and do things. And I think that, so okay, hypothetical, we're dating and you're like, "I'm gonna go do this comedy show at Thing." If I was like, "Fuck yeah, babe, I'm gonna go watch you at Thing," I could see you being like,
okay,
to like prioritize your endeavors.
Right.
Being your hype man, because you're everybody else's hype man. So I don't know how that falls in.
Deep. That's pretty deep.
Need you a hype man.
Maybe I need to listen to women more. That's pretty deep.
And then I don't know. I think that you're really good at words of affirmation, but I don't know if that means that that's your love language or just something that you do to water the plant. Not in a shitty way, because like just because something is routine and like good doesn't mean it's bad. But I don't know if that's like how you show love just because you've gotten used to being like, I need to compliment people. So
interesting. So you think, final answer, quality time.
Quality time is what you want.
Okay.
And then
Affirmation is what you give?
I mean, affirmation is what you give. I think physical touch is what you give when you're like into somebody. When you're into somebody, I feel like you be all up on them, like without even meaning to. Because that's what I guess I'm getting at is like you give words of affirmation to like your friends, but if it's like some like an intimate romantic partner thing, I feel like you're like very handsy and all over them.
Fascinating.
Tell me the truth.
Fascinating. I think you're right in that what I
break it down.
I'm trying to relate it to just my most last recent relationship. I think what I definitely enjoyed was physical touch. I think you're spot on with the words of affirmation. I think it doesn't particularly do anything for me. It's something it's something I had to talk to my therapist about of like, well, she's like, well, do you take praise? Like, do you get awkward when you take praise? I'm like, I don't think so.
I just don't think it does.
She was giving me praise about like what I did in therapy. And I was like, whatever. And she's like,
yeah, you're like kind of brushing it under the rug. Accept my my praise.
I did. I got emotional. I did. I like, hey, okay. Like take in the moment, not just brush it aside.
Right.
That's important too. But I don't think words of affirmation to what, like basically what you're saying, like I don't think that's what it is for me.
Right.
I think I definitely do. I don't think I do, just based off my last relationship, I don't think I do a good job of giving it in the intimate relationship. It's something that I had to learn to do because of the person I was with.
Right.
Right. That's why, I've come up with the thing, like trying to remember to do it. I think I am definitely like a give and get that touch. I think I'm a touch.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I'm a fucking touch.
I think so too.
I got a bomb, bitch.
Yeah, he does.
I don't mean bitches like that.
Love when my significant other says inappropriate things.
Bro, I will.
I do not love when my significant other says inappropriate things, in parentheses slurs.
Fucking. So yeah, I think it might be touched both ways. When I've done something wrong or I recognize that I've hurt someone or like I want to kind of make it up to them, I will go out of my way to like get them like a gift. So in that regard, I'm like a gift giver because like if I get someone sad or upset, I'll buy them their favorite kind of things or
I think
snacks.
in most cases they say that it's like a tier system. It's not one thing.
Sure.
It's like your number one thing is blah blah blah, but then all of the others still well, everything stacks. Yeah, because it's like I like words of affirmation. It's very easy for me, and it is a way that I show love to people. But like if I'm being honest with myself, especially lately, because I have disposable income, I feel like gift giving or just money giving. It's like instant gratification because I like receiving presents, but it's not like my number one thing. But to me, it feels like I pay attention. I put thought into it. Like I know exactly how much money you needed, so I gave you thing.
You're like orchestrating this.
I'm showing you how much I care because you said one time that you wanted something, so then I made a note and got it. Like that's me trying to show that like I listen and I care and I'm trying to help you and support you and blah blah blah. But I think it is different because I have two people. Like my wants and needs from each person is completely different. Yeah, because Kayla's very sensitive and sweet, and me and Parker are both pretty like.
I love Kayla.
She's so.
I love Kayla.
I've said before, but like she's way too good of a person to be with me. That's not a read on myself, but it's true though. No, it's true though. Like it is not a read on myself. She is very sweet and very supportive, and I am kind of a brash. I like myself. This is not
you're a boss
This dude is like gonna fucking dunk on me right now.
No, you're a boss B word, all right? You do things.
We say that in the office a lot, and I don't really like that. We're like we're like the girl boss energy, and I'm like,
You're a boss.
Thank you.
All right? You're fucking
all right. You're
Man,
fucking.
Guys are,
not enough.
Guys are bad at this.
I told you.
No,
but it's also
you're
like
good at what you do.
See, he does this too. It's really funny. He does this thing where he'll feel like he needs to give me affirmation, but then he has to make it a bit, right? Because he can't be like, yeah, no, it's true. Listen to me talk. He'll be like, he wants to give me the affirmation, but he doesn't know how to like stumble on his words, so it has to be like a silly haha joke. So he's like, I like how you girl boss while you gatekeep, queen. And I'm like, tell me I'm pretty, please. like, tell me that I look good in my outfit today, please. I don't need the bit. I need sincerity. It's you coping with being,
I've learned,
what is the word I'm looking for? Vulnerable?
Yeah.
Yes. You fill vulnerability with comedy.
Yes, and let's dig into this. This is some introspection. So it's funny because it's beautiful, actually. Because if you go to the first podcast of the year where I brought them back up, I'm talking to my wonderful, amazing friend Langston about how like I need to go into therapy. How like I'm going through this breakup. I have a lot of the emotions. I've been joking about it for a little too long for it to be a funny haha joke about going to therapy. And then I finally do it. And so now you get these podcasts where I'm better learning about myself.
It's difficult. And especially like I was saying at the beginning, it's especially difficult for men because women are like allowed to be emotionally vulnerable and seek out learning and growing as a person on their own time without therapy. Like obviously you should still go to therapy. But like women are allowed to be like, I mean, people do it at women. People will be like, oh, she has daddy issues. Oh, she has blah, blah, blah. And so you kind of do have to like unpack certain levels of your trauma and your emotional vulnerability. Whereas men, they're like, pussy, you cry about shit? Shut up, bitch.
Fact.
And it's like...
That's how I talk to Kelby when we're playing League.
Yeah, that's how Kelby was talking in this chat right now.
Anyway,
exactly.
He doesn't fucking auto attack. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
He's not in this chat anymore. He's gone.
So what I was gonna say was I realized that was something that I would do a lot in the relationship is just make random fucking jokes, and sometimes it would be like hurtful things that I say as a joke or like as a thing, and when I look back on it, I recognize that it was just because I was maybe either insecure about something or confused about something or not sure how to feel about a certain thing. Like maybe it came out of left field, so I didn't know how to react. So I just say this hurtful thing that I just like, oh, it's a joke, but it's a hurtful thing. And so I've recognized that now.
Yeah, it takes time to correct and resolve behaviors in yourself because especially when things are like coping mechanisms.
Sure.
When it's like, oh, I feel awkward in this conversation, so I'm going to make a joke. But it's not the right time because we're having an emotionally vulnerable conversation.
Yeah, like a wedding. Making jokes at a wedding. I mean, that's funny.
I mean, someone else's wedding, who cares? But I'm saying like, this most recent one?
It was hot.
It was so fucking hot.
It was hot.
I wasn't actually mad, but I remember looking over and you were like, I don't remember what you said, but you were like whispering and like giggling and shit. And I was like, she's fucking walking down the aisle right now. Shut up.
I was also
hot.
Like that? No. I'm saying like situations like that, like I was murdering. It was probably just because of the heat.
Okay, dead ass, not to put anybody on blast. If you know, you know. If you were there, you were there. These fucking people behind us at this wedding. I wanted to talk about this for a minute. These people behind us at this wedding had this fucking baby. And I like literally was like, there are going to be no kids at my fucking wedding. Like it solidified it in my brain. I was pissed off. They were enabling this baby to be loud. I will say it. It was obnoxious.
I don't want to say that it was I will say that it was dampening the moment. She's walking down the aisle and the baby's
like
fucking
crunching plastic water bottles and crying and shit. And the parents are like, no, shh. I'm like, listen, I'm not.
All, like that baby doesn't need to be. Just go.
Leave. You don't need to be here. Like,
and
that's why, especially at that location in particular that we were at, because it was like the bridal part, like the wedding was happening, and then what do you think? 20 feet behind the wedding was this fucking fully air conditioned barn. You could see the wedding. Go inside. Just go inside.
Baby didn't need to be there.
Yeah,
the baby's gonna act up.
Yeah, if your baby can't behave, which is fine, it's a baby.
Yeah.
If your baby can't behave, go the fuck inside. Even if you're gonna be here, just go inside.
I want to be clear because I was on an airplane recently with a crying baby.
I remember that. I saw that on the story.
The worst thing is because I thought about this because I had heard someone else talk about it. It's like the worst thing would be to be like a mother with a crying baby on a plane. Like that has to be like like
the mental agony that would cause
Yeah.
me in particular would be unparalleled by anything else, because I'd be like, my baby can behave. Assuredly, my baby can behave. But then it's like your baby, you get in the air, their ears are popping, they're uncomfortable. You didn't buy an extra seat for your baby, so you have to carry the baby in your lap this entire, 4-hour flight. It's like, it's not ideal. I get planes. Planes are an issue, but it's public transit. I'm like, I don't want to sit next to a crying baby either. There's going to be a baby. Yeah. Like, it's like a bus. Like,
I don't know. I know therapy's working because I'm like thinking about myself.
Empathizing as a single mom
like
on a plane.
Emotional. I'm like, man.
That'd be so hard.
And so, like, I grin and bear it. I made
a plane and a wedding.
I was laughing. I was like, this is late. Like, this is
how it is.
I want a plane with a baby.
A plane and a wedding are not the same thing. If I was on a plane and a woman's baby was crying, I'm gonna put in my headphones. I'm gonna try and ignore it. There's like 700 outlets for me to entertain myself on a plane. I'm fine. A wedding, bitch. Please just take your fucking.
The baby.
All of you look great in those wedding photos. Thank you so much.
Eject the baby.
Eject the baby. Remove the baby from the premises.
I'm mad. I took pictures of y'all. I ain't getting no pictures.
Did you
of me.
ask?
No.
Oh, that's crazy. So you didn't communicate, and now you're upset because you didn't. When did you communicate? No, lay it on me.
I think at some point I
Tell me when.
Like,
Tell me when you expressly were like, to me.
I took pictures with Kayla at some point eventually.
Okay.
Because Kayla's amazing and
Kayla
wonderful.
is amazing and wonderful. But so you didn't communicate, and now you're upset because you didn't receive anything, but you didn't actively communicate that you wanted the thing, and so now it's my job to read your mind, I guess, and figure out that you wanted that thing.
Yes.
Huh.
I hate women.
Communication in relationships. I hate women.
Alpha Man podcast time. All right. Do your best Alpha Man podcast impersonation or impression. Do you need sunglasses? I don't have sunglasses.
Oh. So what does a woman have to like offer in a relationship? I'm just saying, I have a 9-to-5 job where I make $40,000 a year, and that's pretty epic. And so like, what the fuck is a girl even gonna have to offer to me if she's not gonna suck my dick?
It better be a lot.
Right.
It better be a lot.
She needs to be 105 pounds, 95% muscle mass. If there's wet. Soaking wet. She needs to be 105 pounds, 95% muscle mass, but huge tits.
Please.
Huge. They have to be the biggest tits.
Non-negotiable.
No, non-negotiable. And it isn't because...
She better be in the gym.
Oh, absolutely. If I don't meet her in the gym fucking deadlifting 300 pounds, what the fuck is the point? But I also need her to be a girl boss, because I need her to be at the same... Because I'm an entrepreneur.
Right.
So I need her to be at the same entrepreneur mindset, grind set that I'm at. But at the same time, if she makes more money than me... Fuck that, because I'm the man and I need to be the primary breadwinner in this relationship.
Can't be jealous.
No,
I should be able to pursue other women.
Also, that's true. If I see her in the gym, she has to be in the gym. If she takes a picture in the gym, she's for the streets.
Who's the picture for?
Who's the picture for? I feel like a girl having an Instagram is cheating.
I've honestly thought the same thing. Honestly, because it's like, that's what we have Facebook for family. So why do you have an Instagram? Who are you?
Well, right, but who the fuck is her family? I don't need another girl calling anybody else daddy but me. I need her to be girl bossing. I need her to be like working a good ass job in the gym.
Hopefully a drop shipping business.
Something like that. But see, no, but I don't want her to be just sitting on her ass in my house. I need her to be like in a bank.
If she can't cook, game over.
Game over.
All right?
But at the
if
same time,
she doesn't know how to make my hot pockets the way I like.
But at the same time, I need her to be like, I don't know, like the only.
I don't want to use the word submissive.
I will.
But
no, I'll use.
Docile.
I'll say. I follow like lion pack mentality. I think that I need to be the alpha lion, and I need to be able to surround myself with a bunch of fertile lionesses that I can bounce between at any time. And I think that if she has anything to say about that, then she's for the streets and she's a hoe, because like
she doesn't know a good thing.
No,
when they're lounging on the couch.
No, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Like, and also like I want these women to engage in sex acts for my pleasure, but I just don't think that gay people deserve rights.
I'm not gonna go down on a girl. I mean, it's just like,
that's
who
gross.
Does that?
Yeah,
who does that?
That's gross.
What am I?
It smells gross. Now me coming back from the gym, my unwashed cock. If she doesn't go down on me, then what the fuck is the point?
What are we here for? What are we doing?
What are we doing? Also, I think that my mom is the only woman that I respect. So if she doesn't let me call her a bitch, then, you know, I get like, because I'm on all this testosterone and I'm only eating eggs, because I'm on that diet.
Yeah.
I'm like jacked up all the time. And if she talks back to me for any reason and I beat the shit out of her and then she doesn't like forgive me immediately, then it's like, babe, I'm like, do you want me to be shredded or not? Like,
do you want me to be an alpha male or no?
I'm not a fucking beta cuck, okay?
Yeah. Now, if she wanted to bang a boyfriend and I can watch in the closet, I would.
I'm sorry, what?
I broke character. I broke character.
I'm sorry, what?
I broke character.
Wait a minute. What'd you say?
You went off on that. You had a couple points.
I hear him too much. I'm over it. I will. Okay. I don't want to.
Do it.
What's the?
I don't know what you're trying to do. But
if you fucking
parody.
If she's trying to watch me have sex with boy. What are your kinks, Marcel? Sungwoo turned so fast from the screen. Sungwoo's like, we're at the full podcast time, and she's like asking.
Sungwoo said we gotta cut. Nah,
we can cut.
Kinks. Nah, I'm pretty. Make sure.
How many people are on? Is my mom here?
All 2 people watching.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. I think I'm pretty standard.
Word.
Standard 2022 male. You know.
He's dated a girl that likes girls.
We know how to. We know how to.
That's exactly what he's saying.
I mean, that's like that's. Now, should it be standard? I don't know. Is it standard? Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'll say, I've thought about this recently. Me in particular, because my work life is so, I'm in charge of so many things, and like so many people have to ask me questions and answer to me, and like I'm in charge of so much shit.
Report.
I want to not do that. I want someone else to take all the decisions for me, if anything. Or like, I feel that's where like the dom thing that a lot of girls are into right now, of like being dominated. I think it comes from like, there's a lot of expectations for women to make a lot of decisions and like run their own shit. So then not have, I think I've been thinking about this also, this is kind of unrelated, but like how women can't like decide where to eat. Like it's a meme. I think it's because I have to make so many choices during the day that it's like I just want one thing to be taken care of for me. Like I don't want to
decision fatigue.
It fully is decision fatigue. Like I can't, like we will be at like it'll be a 12-hour, 13, 14-hour work day and everyone's like, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, I can't make this decision. I have done 6 phone calls. I've been negotiating contracts all day. I've talked to 4 CEOs today. Like I can't do it. Can someone else pick where we're eating? And so I feel like it kind of like translates into like being intimate of like, I would like someone else to take care of me because I take care of other people. But then at the same time, I'm not like that. Again, different partners are different, whatever. So like I have different wants from one partner and then the other one, like this is, I'll just say it because whatever. But like if Kayla tried to dom me, I think I would laugh because she's a soft little lady. And I'm like, you need to understand the dynamic that is occurring here.
A little cinnamon roll.
Yeah, she's a little soft lady.
How do y'all, if it's just you two, like, don't go anywhere to eat?
Me and Kayla?
How do y'all decide?
We have a couple places that we like to eat. So like we always bounce between like 3. I'll be like, do you want sushi? And she'll be like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, great. It's the fallback. Tsukiji is good sushi.
What do you want to eat?
I don't know. That is what it's like when me, Gabby, and Alyssa are in the office. That's what it sounds like. Fully.
Tremendous.
It's insane, but it is what it is. I don't know.
Amazing. That's I don't know. I'm learning as I go.
Yeah, man.
A bunch of this stuff.
You got like MILF kinks now? Cut the podcast, dead ass. It's a joke. You're like, my mom watches this.
Hypothetically, I've learned this about myself. I love a good. I'm gonna change my whole dynamic to chasing good stories. I think the hypothetical story of me dating someone who's 44, 45 hypothetically That's such a good story.
Imagine being the 45-year-old woman who this dude is dating for the lulz.
It's not
I mean, dating
as much as for the lulz, as much as for the experience.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. The life experience. The life. What am I saying?
Yeah.
The life
experience.
I think my life is richer having tried these things that I would have. Yeah. And it's a good story. And I think the best part is, I think if this person was listening, hypothetically, if this hypothetical person was real, that they would be like, it's funny. It's great.
I mean, whatever.
Cool. What do you think?
What do I think about what?
Hypothetically, one of those, I know you not talking about dating someone older.
Okay. My 4-year age difference versus your, what is it? What is it? Is it 24 years? Lay it on me.
Hypothetically.
Is it 20 years?
Hypothetically.
Is it 16? I think it's 16. I can't do math. 16 years. So, no, it wasn't, because this woman could drink alcohol when you were born. We had this conversation. No, I don't think it's the same. I don't think a 4-year-old toddler being alive when I was born is the same as a full-grown adult who could vote and have rights when I was birthed. I could not form cognizant.
I'm not going on record saying anything. All I'm saying is,
I'm not judging you, because I'll say, I've thought this before, but if I was single, when I worked at the golf course, bro, those dads at that golf course, you would have had to fight to keep me off of those single dads at that fucking golf course.
bunch of Soldier 76s
Absolutely. Are you kidding? And not for lastability. I'm not picking a fucking 55-year-old man at age 21 because I think that he'll give me all of the emotional needs, all the emotional like vulnerability I need. Sometimes you just say, fuck it, we ball. Jose said, oh, teeth emoji.
Listen,
he said it. Oh.
Listen, Jose. I'm not.
Are you just drinking whiskey on the rocks right now? Or vodka on the rocks right now?
No, that's juice. But, listen. I fucking knew she was going to bring this shit up.
Of course you did. We're talking about dating you.
Fucking knew she was going to.
What do you mean?
Hypothetically.
Okay, here's my thing. If you didn't want me to bring it up, why are you putting it on your Instagram stories?
It's on close friends.
Okay. This man be memeing.
You're a close friend.
Okay, I'm sorry. We can delete this.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
I just think it's funny. I think that's what it comes down to.
That's the thing.
But
right?
that's the thing to me, is if I was like a 45-year-old lady and I'm like hooking up with this little
44.
dude. Is she turning 45 this year? When's her birthday? Do you know?
Leave her.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not roasting her. I'm saying if I was this lady and I was like, damn, I've been messing around with this 27-year-old. I think it's kind of like, it's fun, like blah, blah, blah. And then I like went online and he's like, damn, 45-year-olds be hitting different. I'd be like, what? I don't know.
Getting hurt in this?
No, she's of whatever is fine. It's just funny.
Is there
it's just funny.
When I'm 44 years old, I'm gonna look.
No, it'd be worse. 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 I want to go on record. I want to go on record and say this is misogynistic and this is the patriarchy. But if a 45-year-old woman's hooking up with a 27-year-old, it's different.
I'm not making that point. Can I finish?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
What I was gonna say was, when I'm 44, I will look back and be like, that was a thing I did.
When I'm 44 and she's 72, I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna be like,
I'm gonna hit her ass up.
I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna be like, hey, what are you doing?
Cups of the rosé.
No judgment here. I don't care.
My own phone.
It's just fucking. I think that's what's funny to me, is breaking it down to be like, she was 20, 21 when I was born, or when I'm 45.
That's just you relating
and she's 72.
It to your situation.
Nope.
That's good too. No.
I feel like that's universal, to be like, if she's X amount of years older than you, when was I born? How old was she when I was born?
I see what you're saying.
What year were you born? 95.
5.
So 20 years before that is 75.
20.
So she was born in 1975. I'm making things up. I'm not bad at math.
Hypothetically.
It's probably not even that. It's probably like 73, but whatever.
Hypothetically,
or 80 technically, but I'm just saying there's a difference between listen, I'm not
being I'm trying. You know what?
I'm not being defensive.
I'm gonna try to not be defensive now. I'm listening to what you're saying.
IDK, maybe because I'm 33 and seeing it if I was dating a 20-something-year-old. But see, that doesn't even feel as bad to me. And I know that it's like, at some point there's a line, which is stupid. It's all arbitrary is what it comes down to. Because at some point, it's like a 33-year-old. If I'm 23 and you're 33, that's 10 years. But a 10-year-old and a infant, you're like, not that they're dating, but you're like, okay, that's a thing. But if I was 13 and you were 23, that's questionable as fuck. 13 and 23 is questionable as fuck. Exactly. But then 23 and 33, it's like, who fucking really cares? And then 33 and 43, it's like, who fucking cares?
26 and 54, I'm 45, 44, yeah.
54?
No, 40.
Was that a Freudian slip, or was that you doing the math correct? That was the funniest thing. Not to, again, put this woman on whatever, but it was funny because we were like, hypothetically, this woman who doesn't exist, but you being like, damn, 30 early 30s women hit different, early 30s women hit different, and then you were like, mid 30s women hit different, late 30s hit different, women in their 40s hit different, and I was like, what? And I remember I literally called you and was like,
you were so confused.
Well, I was jazzed when you said women in their 40s, because I was like, he knows the number now, so he has to tell me. He didn't, but it's, I don't know.
Good times.
I'm very of the mindset.
Zero regrets.
Like
Consenting adults.
I agree.
Let's put a disclaimer.
I agree. I want to go on record and say that, though, because like I said, if I was working at the country club, if I was single when I worked at the club, not that there were dudes that I like wanted to fuck at the club, but like if I was single and like left to my own devices, like, yeah, who cares? Fuck it. I'm an adult. I'm not trying to like build a life with these people. Yeah. But I will say that
no one's getting used here.
No grooming, because we're adults.
No grooming. We're adults.
Yeah.
I got haircuts. I get
That's how you know you're an adult. You're getting a fade. It happens. It is what it is. Good times. This podcast is so interesting compared to the other one.
This is the fun. Men Are From Mars podcast. You know what? Morgan, put it on the Morgan cam. I gotta pee.
Oh.
So we're gonna do a pee break.
Oh, now it's whatever. Yeah. All right, chat. Hit me with things, because I can ramble and I will, but I would love to have points of conversation. Let's talk.
There you go.
You and me, baby. What are things you wanna? I really thought you were gonna lean down and kiss Sungwoo just now. He just leaned over and like went like this on his like shoulder. He was like, and I really thought he was leaning in to kiss him on the mouth, and I was like, what is happening? I mean, fine, no judgment again, but what are you doing? Are you breaking shit? No. Go do your thing. I thought you had to pee. It is what it is. It's gonna be stuck in my head all fucking day now. That's bullshit.
Oh wait, there's no toilet paper up here.
There's one piece of paper towel I left you.
Is he pooping?
I don't know. You don't wipe your dick when you pee?
No, I just shake. It's too much
this is
work.
A whole conversation that we've been having with the men in my life lately.
Wiping your dick after you pee?
None of them do, but it's like, how do you not, like, you don't dribble a little bit in your boxers and it's fucking like, you just got piss pants? Tell me you don't. You do.
Yeah, I do. Every guy does.
I know.
But it's so much work to grab the toilet paper.
I could do the same thing. I could stand up and shimmy my little ass, but it's not clean.
That's true. I guess I gotta try it.
You don't have to do shit, Samu. It's been coming up in conversation more often than one would think lately. Like, I've had this conversation with 3 men recently, which is why I'm like, let's break it down. What's the thought process here? Where the fuck is the people in the chat? Oh, there we go. Okay, gotta clean yourself. I agree. So Marcel's peeing, so we're vibing. I will say thank you so much for coming to the podcast. It's really fun. This one is definitely less organized than the first one, but it's casual. He's back. I heard him. Yeah, I don't know. I think that all this to say, be respectful, date good people, don't be fucking weird. I love that the whole point of this podcast is like to give dating advice. I've given very little. I guess don't be weird. Also, like, just think about your actions and think about if you were a girl and a guy talked to you a certain way, if you would be like, what the fuck did this dude just say to me? Then maybe don't. Concept. Baby wipes on hand. Keep yourself extra clean. I agree. If you're not a wet wipe household, what are you doing?
I changed pretty recently to do that.
Have both, but it's like, if you're not a wet wipe house, what are you doing?
You're not doing it correctly.
You are not doing it correctly. You're doing yourself and your underwear a disservice. Be clean, my brother.
Or get a bidet,
Or get a bidet, which we did for the office recently. Oh, God. 100 for real. I agree. No. God damn it. Matt, when are we going to do a 3-person podcast? That would be so fun. We just throw another microphone right here, and it's me on one side of the table, Marcel on the other side of the table, and then Matt Learned in the middle. That'd be so fun. What the fuck? Just have a group podcast, and it's just a bunch of friends hanging out in a room yelling at each other. Which, I mean, we could just go to a party with a microphone. Yeah. And it'd be the same exact experience. But it is what it is. I don't know. I'm trying to fucking eat. I'm thinking about it. It's a Sunday. I got work tomorrow, I guess. It's stupid. I got calls as fuck tomorrow, but it is what it is. Hey, yo.
How many sponsors we lose?
Not too many. Damn, it's a 3-hour pod?
3 hours.
Damn.
No, we're talking about the time.
Oh, you said go another 30. What were you talking? What were you talking about?
The same thing.
The same thing. He won't get me on. Matt said you won't put him on the podcast.
Who, Matt?
Matt. He said he won't get me on.
I'm not 100% for he won't get me on.
I was saying it'd be fun if we had
Mars or Men from Mars.
I was saying it'd be fun if we just had like me here, you here, and we just threw another lav mic right here, and it was just Matt in the middle. We get a green light. Fuck it all up. Go crazy.
I was saying, ooh, it'd be fun to do, you know, you and Kayla and or Parker, like just all y'all.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yeah. Or like doing couples on the thing.
It'd be fun if you did, like, you just called it the whole thing. I'm sure it's a copyright. What? You got a beer? Where did you get the beer from? The bathroom? Don't give me that look. Emergency beer. Just have a Men are from Mars, Women are from Venus. And you go back and forth on opinions. I mean, you pick topics.
It's the whole. I'm not good at debating.
Not debating, but just like.
I don't have think points.
No, you don't.
I just say shit.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
I'm unsure. I think the succinct points are definitely like helpful for blah, blah, blah. We're not going to have a conversation about succinct points right now.
I wanted to go back.
Let's do it.
How do you feel about the word throuple?
I think it's a stupid word. It sounds dumb.
That's why I asked.
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't like it?
I'm like, these are my partners. These are
Going back to your polyamorous relationship.
Yeah.
What's the outlook?
Elaborate.
Do you think about what it'll be like in the future, figuring out doing anything with these two people and how that looks and what I mean, I do. But I think kind of like how we were saying, it's like it didn't erase my initial relationship. I still have that anniversary and then I just have the whatever. It's like I have like aspirations on like who I want to get married to. And in the United States, you can only marry one person. But like those lines were made very clear at the beginning. So it's not like upsetting. And I think that what it comes down to is that I have things that I want that I've wanted for a long time. And then making the people, I mean, this is the case in any relationship, but making the person that you decide that you're going to be with fit into the plans that you have for yourself. And if you have to do a tiny bit of adjusting, that's fine. But it's like, if I wanted kids and I was dating you and you didn't want kids, then it's like, well, it just doesn't work, right? So it's like, mismatch. Exactly. So if I'm like talking to my partners and I'm like, this is really what I want. And if you want to be with me, but you don't want that, or you have a different whatever, we're going to have to work on figuring out what the middle ground is, or at least reaching some kind of agreeable point, because otherwise it's not going to work. And so I feel like we've done that for most things. So I'm kind of fairly comfortable with just like, I think it's a disservice to a relationship to bank on it ending. So I don't look at it that way. It's like, if it ended, okay. But if it didn't end, I know how I would continue going forward in the future. So let's elaborate on that.
Okay, so like I feel like
you don't like the nuclear option of ending a relationship.
I don't have a problem with the nuclear option existing. I think it's a stupid thing to bank on. like if I'm with somebody and I don't think that we're going to have like that there isn't a substantial possibility of us being together till we die, then it's like, obviously I think that you can have like short-term relationships and have fun, but if you and that person aren't on the same page, like if that person thinks that you're going to be together like forever and I don't think that, then we're doing a disservice to each other. So I don't sit and think about my relationship as in like, well, it's not going to work out, because I feel like that's a disservice to my relationship. So I make plans under the understanding that it will work out, and then if it doesn't because of something, then okay. But I like make my life plans assuming that I could be with 2 people until I die, basically. It just feels, yeah, like it's just a compromise, like 5 or 10 year plans. Like I'm just like, I know who I want to marry, but it doesn't mean I don't want to be like committed to the other person too, because I've wanted to marry the one person for longer than I've known the other person. And in America, you can only marry one person. But at the same time, it doesn't mean, and then I want to have like kids with one person, but that doesn't mean that I can't raise my kids with another person involved, and I can't just be like, yeah, this is another person, like this is your other mom, like it's not like a thing, you know what I mean? So I think it's just,
but I think the overarching thing is you're trying to make it work. Like you're gonna fit in this other person and make the commitment for this other person to fit in. Right. It's not about what says needs to be the case. It's like, this is based off of where we live and what we can do. We're gonna do everything we can do, and then everything else that we can do for this other person. Right, exactly. And it's like, I can make a commitment to this person and mean it, but it's like there's only so many things I can do within like if, okay, so like 10 years ago, gay marriage was illegal. It's like, if I was in a solo 2-person lesbian relationship, it's like, I can tell you I'm going to commit to you, but I legally can't marry you. Like, we can't do that. So it's like, if I've already decided that I'm going to marry one of these people because I've been with that person for 5 times the length, like, that's what I want to do. But I still want you to know that I'm committed to you. It's like, I'm willing to talk to you and come to an understanding of what would make you feel like we're committed to each other. And you need to understand that it's like, I've been with this person before I was with you. So like, these decisions have been made, but I still want you to be involved. Let's talk about it. It's like, you can't do anything about it, so here's what we can. Yeah. I think the other beautiful thing that you said is just kind of, it's like, let's come to a compromise. Let's figure out what we can do. Let's work to figure out what middle ground we can try to establish before nuclear option. Yeah, because it's like, to me, if we're just like existing together, but under the understanding that, like, if we don't come to these compromises, so then if I'm like, if you're like, okay, well, we can't get married, so what are we going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. Then it just feels like you're kind of like meandering with no plan. And then if... So delaying the inevitable. Yeah, which I don't like. Whereas I feel like even just having the plan, like, okay, so this is how I am in any relationship. But I'm like, if you want to break up with me, or like not be with me anymore, because we're like, all of our names are on a lease and all of us are paying rent and whatever, it's like, can you let me know so that I can plan for whatever, like monetarily? And then if I don't want to be with you anymore, I'm letting you know that I'm not just going to be like, I don't want to be with you anymore, get the fuck out. Like, I have to let you stay here for X amount of time until you can find a place to go. Like, it's not a happy conversation to have. Like, I mean, again, in a solo relationship, let's say we're dating. Let's say my name is on the lease. And let's say I want to break up with you. I might be like, and this is basically what the agreement is, so whatever. But I'm like, I have an extra room. So if I was like, I want to break up with you, you would just go stay there in that extra room in our house. And I'd give you like 3 months to figure out another place to move, assuming that we're broken up, because I don't think it's fair, and I wouldn't want you to be like, I don't want to be with you anymore, get out. And then I'm like, not only am I heartbroken, but I'm fucking homeless. Like, obviously I hope it doesn't come to that, but having those plans in place gives me a certain level of like, I can relax in the relationship, because I know that even if it didn't work out, it's not like my whole life is going to fall apart, because I still have a plan for if we broke up, I would just go stay in the guest room and I would have time to save up money. And then I would have like 90 days to find a new place to live, as opposed to, because if my name is on the lease and yours isn't, I could just tell you to get out and call the police and you'd be homeless. Yeah.
Like, and so that's stressful in a solo relationship. So being able to like have those lines placed just makes it so then even if something bad were, I don't want us to break up, but if we were to break up, I can like just be sad because our relationship didn't work out. I don't also have the added stress of being homeless.
Do you think all of that is your rather than facing the
I think that it's more so that if I had to face a rejection issue, I would want to be able to just focus on the rejection issue. So like when I got fired from my job, Hillary Duff, my job was like, but we're going to do everything in our power to make it so that you can be on unemployment. So you'll still be getting paid. So then I could just be sad about getting fired. I wasn't like, oh my God, how the fuck am I going to pay my rent? Because that was taken care of. So to me, it just feels like an adult conversation to have. But I also do feel like I micromanage and plan the fuck out of things. So like, that's just me personally. I don't think most people are like, here's my 3-month plan in case we break up. But like, but because like in Kayla's case,
have you been burned before and you feel like you need to have these safeguards?
I've been burned by like roommates before who like they're just like, yeah, we're going to move out. And then we don't like, they just like ghost or like actually no, but like with 2 weeks notice instead of like like they've known for a while, but they tell me like kind of down to the wire. But I think it's more so just about because I've been with a person for so long, like I rely on that person for my life because I've been with this person for fucking a decade. So it's like I don't want that person to leave and have all of the networks that I've built collapse.
Yeah.
So I'd rather like try and set up like
it's a whole part of your life that it's a big huge part of your life. So it's like
right. And then with Kayla, it's like when we started dating Kayla, it's like she sold her house like right as we started dating. So she would have to move in with like her siblings or something. She doesn't have like another place. Like she doesn't have parents she could go stay with. So just being able to like
they're all in the swamp.
Yeah. So being able to like set up that plan made both of us feel more comfortable because I don't know, it is definitely an insecurity thing, but it's like Kayla was always like in the beginning, she was like self-conscious and nervous of like, what if they don't want to be with me? And what if they want to whatever? And I was like, listen, I promise I do.
Y'all twice.
Yeah. But it's like, I promise I do. But if I didn't, I would still I would be like, we can be amicable until you get on your own feet.
High road, baby.
You got to try.
Extending that grace. God damn it. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
I mean,
what else?
It's hard.
Bring us to the last inning. Close us out. What else? What else? What else? What else?
I think a lot of people.
Close us out.
Okay. I think a lot of people fall into very traditional relationship archetypes. Like men and women feel like they have a role to play, especially like because I grew up Mormon. It's like men go and get a job and they support their family financially, and then women stay home and take care of the family, blah, blah, blah. But my mom was like an attorney and made most of the money for my family. And we were not doing well in the beginning, but like that dynamic, like my mom has always made more money than my dad. So that very traditional, like the men support the whatever has never been an issue in my life. So kind of like, to bring it full circle, these micro labels that I feel like Gen Z kids are putting on whatever. I feel like a lot of people put very traditional values on their relationship, whether they mean to or not, in like, oh, I'm the man, I have to take care of people, or oh, I'm the woman and I have to like be a homemaker and I have to do these things and that things. I have a very non-traditional relationship, and to me, I feel like it works well because we're maximizing a bunch, like 3 people's strengths, and then because there's more than 2 people, we can overcome each other's weaknesses because we can fill in those gaps. But I feel like allowing yourself to kind of attempt non-traditional relationship structures, whether that's dating more than one person at a time or being okay with your female partner making more money than you, or being okay with your male partner being like vulnerable. I think it's just, at this point, society has progressed so much that it's valuable to try non-traditional relationship structures, because people are always like, oh, that would never work for me. But I would have said that it would never work for me like 10 years ago, and now it's dope. So just giving yourself the room to try and experiment in relationships, I think can be very beneficial, as long as you're having like very clear lines of communication with the people that you're with, and doing introspection and understanding your boundaries. I think that people can really benefit from non-traditional relationship structures.
Being open to the idea, trying it out, seeing if it works.
Yeah, because maybe it doesn't.
At worst, you just learn something about yourself.
And you're like, no, I can't do that, and that's okay. But like, we had been intimate with other girls in the past, and I hated it. And then like when we were with Kayla the first time, I was like, oh no, this is fine. Like a lot of it is like finding the right person, which is the case in any relationship, really. So try new things, do new things, and worst case scenario, it won't work, and you're no worse or no better for having tried.
Probably be better. I
mean, if nothing else, you learned. Exactly.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Do you want words of affirmations from friends? What do you like from friends?
From friends? I don't know. I like words of affirmation from friends. I like physical touch from friends. I just like feeling validated.
Well, listen.
Let's go.
If there's one thing today,
God,
you're valid. In everything that I heard, I have such a more rich understanding of you as a person, you as someone in a relationship. That's it. You.
Thanks.
And I appreciate... Oh, is this what you were saying before?
Yeah,
have to make
when I said you made it a bit.
Sorry. Okay.
Do you see what I mean? Look at us go. It comes full circle.
I'm going to be emotional and vulnerable. I feel emotional.
Do you? It's probably the 7 shots of not Tito's and beer that you've had.
I don't need booze to feel emotional.
But it helps.
It's definitely impacting how I feel. I appreciate you sharing with us on a 3-hour-long podcast. I had a lot of fun talking to you. I appreciate it. Maybe next time a little less via Vance.
Oh, you want me to be unmedicated?
Let's knock it down a little bit.
All right, let's bounce around.
Let's knock it down a little bit. I think you did great as far as booze. 2P breaks, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
We're going to break 3 next time.
Absolutely.
We had a great time.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Close us out. Give us some plugs.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. I like it. It's fun. Next time I'll be unmedicated, and next time you can bring questions.
Do you feel like you would have had a better time if I had prepared?
I don't think I would have had a better time. I think it would have kept us bouncing around more.
Okay. I was bouncing.
You were.
I was. But I'm listening to what you're saying. This is the therapy Marz bar. I'm hearing what you're saying. Yes. Thank you.
Did you ever watch BoJack Horseman? There's a part where Mr. Peanut Butter and his girlfriend go to therapy and they do what you're doing. They're like, I am hearing what you are saying and you are valid in what you are feeling.
Dog?
Yeah, the dog. And he's like, you are valid. I am seeing what you are feeling and I am hearing what you are saying and feeling what you are feeling, and it is valid. And I'm like, that's you right now.
You don't feel like this is real?
I don't feel like it's not real.
You think this is a bit?
No. At this moment, no, it doesn't feel like a bit. It's something. Thank you so much for having me.
BetterHelp.com, the real Marz
We are
bar.
not sponsored.
Close us out. Put the card.
Yay!
Put the card. We're done. We're done. Woo! Men are from Mars.
Men are from Mars.